Here comes
super late, but you know what? Let's do this.
Distance nerding.
Hey! Ladies and gentlemen,
hey,
2 weeks. I've been gone for a week, so it means
you were gone.
I've been gone for too damn long. I spent
Welcome
time
back.
in Mexico, and now I'm missing every single one of you.
Missed you too, man. Welcome back, dude.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I've never heard of DJ Nerdy Nerdness either. The name that I just made up because I was going to use my real DJ name.
So while you were gone, you were just chilling out on the couch, right? Building other Lego sets and stuff.
I wish that were, and you know what? No, I don't wish that were true. I was in Mexico.
Oh,
I was having a good time in Cancun, hanging out with a bunch of iguanas and some little kitty cats because there were stray cats that just had kittens that were running around the hotel, and it wasn't like an outdoor hotel, but it was amazing. The place that I went to, oh man, the places that we went to were so great.
Nice. You didn't have cat tacos, did you?
No,
Don't answer that. Don't incriminate yourself.
No, didn't have cat tacos. No, that
Okay.
would be terrible. We went to Tulum. My idea of cat tacos is, oh wait a minute, cat tacos are there. We go. Okay,
I'd have been a taco free.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, welcome back to Distance Nerding. I know it's been a week. You guys were dying without me being able to build some Legos, but we are back and doing our thing. I am here continuing to build the Batmobile. And we've got a amazing guest on today, and I can't wait to have all of the conversation with him. But first, everybody knows me. I'm Young Phil, but here to my side is the beautiful, the amazing, my man, Raider Ray. Raider Ray with no. Oh, you just shaved your head?
Yeah, it was a wardrobe change. Yeah, before I came on, I shaved my face on my head. I saw how terrible it looked earlier.
Yeah. Of course, James is in the chat talking all the smack because, again, I'm not wearing a Distance Nerding shirt, so I'm rocking my podcaster shirt from our sponsor. So I think that I get a slide for the fact that I'm wearing one of our sponsor shirts. Okay, which matter of fact, I wasn't even supposed to wear this shirt. I was supposed to wear the shirt. I just thought about it right now because I didn't change the shirt, but I was going to wear our guest's shirt and I'm not wearing it right now. I might have to go do a wardrobe change here in a minute. But anyways, guys, let's just throw it out there, right? This stream is powered by Poddex. Poddex are a unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Now, guys, what you're going to do is go to www.poddex.com and use the code NERDING10 to get 10% off of all of your purchases on Poddex. Guys, if you've never played with Poddex or if you haven't seen us, check out Poddex. Hell, I might use Poddex today, right? But if you haven't checked out Poddex, it is a great icebreaker if you're not a podcaster or anything like that. It's good if you want to be the life of the party and you want to, go and do some kind of trivia thing with people that is like random and fun. You got to check it out, man. It is a great thing. What about the girls? Get your life. Okay, so Jackie says we need to get our lives together.
Facts. Everyone.
Yeah. Dance party is after James. Okay, so I see what you're saying. Shout out to Tyler. Yeah. So yes, I do want to throw that out there, James. Let me throw this other sponsor out there before I talk about that. But if the stream is brought to you by Poddex, then you might ask yourself, young Phil, what powers you? Why are you so wired all the damn time? Right? That's because Young Phil is brought to you by Dubby. Hold on. Before I jump around, I'm going to right over my face right there. Dubby. Guys, Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to... Sorry, I'm doing that off of memory. Created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors, no dyes, none of the bad stuff that's in there. Find out more about Dubby, guys. Go to Dubby or www.dubby.gg. And again, use the code NERDING10. That's NERDING 10 right there at the bottom of the screen for 10% off at checkout. Now, guys, you guys already know I bring out the Dubby, right? You see me over here. I got the Dubby right there. I got the Dubby right there. We were giving out Dubby samples over at Silver Edge Comic Con, so people could try that out. Dubby is amazing, guys. So I mean, I get down on the Dubby. I'm about to go do my double scoop. Today's drink combination is Dragonade, which is a dragon fruit strawberry pink lemonade. And then I'm going to be doing the Passion Joy tea, which is a passion fruit iced tea. And I'm going to be combining those favorite flavors for a dragon passion fruit Arnold Palmer. And it is amazing and delicious. Wait a minute. What? That's the proper right there.
And this, of course, is because you missed 2 weeks, right? So you have to mix 2 flavors, correct?
Let's go with that.
I did not grab a shiv. I grabbed the control for the fan behind me.
Ray's grabbing a shiv. He's getting ready to fly over here and stab me.
Give me my Dubby.
He's like, oh yeah, let me perpetuate the stereotypes that we always have knives.
It's because I just shaved my head, so automatically it's like a video game. A shiv just pops up, bling.
Oh, James just said I'm a passion and a joy. That is so good. Let's Create, which is our boy Darren Chibi. Darren, there are 5. Count them, 5 flavors of Dubby. So the 2 that I just showed you right there. There's also see now because I don't have them in front of me. The Galaxy Grenade, which is a guava watermelon lime combination. He's a pain in the ass. Yes, I am a pain in the ass.
And an ass. And not in.
I'm a pain and an ass. Yes, that works for me.
Correct.
Dub Sludge, which is a Granny Smith apple and secret sauce, which I'm pretty sure is cherry. And then the last one is what was the last? Oh, it's the new flavor, the Beach and Peach. And that's a mango and white peach cooler. My favorite flavor is actually the Dragonade, which is why I constantly drink that one all the time. And it's the only one I have doubles of. So
normally you drink Haterade, so
I know
the reason you like Haterade.
Look at Jackie with the nerd reference right there. She said, "Is it Granny Goodness?" Yes, it is Granny Goodness, but not the DC supervillain. So all that being said, I am going to bring on our guest, and I have a special song for him. So, guys, I want everybody to put their flippers, their lightsabers, and their weapons together, especially their robes, because we're bringing on the original cool Jawa himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tim Donaldson. How about that Jawa house music right there?
That is really good. I wasn't sure I was going to get on. I was about ready to jump on the chats over here just so I could be on the photo.
I think the ship scared him away.
Now it's like I can't even get a word in edgewise. What the heck?
Did the shiv scare you? If the shiv scare you, I apologize.
Yeah, the cube. You should talk to Dubby. They need to come up with a Jawa juice. I mean, let's get.
Oh my god!
Yeah, let's get serious.
God.
As long as it doesn't taste like sand.
Like right now, I mean, they've been reposting a lot of our posts lately because we've been doing a kind of a bigger push of the product. I mean, we've been sponsored for them for like a couple of months now, but it was like, let's go ahead and do this. That is such a good idea.
I mean, at least a special edition run around the 4th for sure, but it might go all day.
Yeah, I might have to talk to you about flavors. Like, what do you think Jawa would drink?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that one.
Right.
What does sand taste like?
Well, the alternate, of course, is just color it so it looks like sand. I know they're all natural, but if it looked like sand in the tub, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah,
because they're white. I mean, all the powders are white. Like this right here, it's got almost like a yellowish tint right now because of the tea. But I mean, it's like all the colors in this are all natural. So it's like if there's any color, it's just from whatever is naturally in it.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. I mean, my first initial thoughts are Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Let's flavor it like that. Number 2 might be an IPA.
Yeah. An energy drink that tastes like a beer. That'd be great.
Maybe we'll just custom make one of those for you next time. We'll bring some W and put it in your drink of choice and we'll see where we stand.
There you
go.
We'll
work on dehydrating an IPA and then stick it. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, now you guys see my factor.
I do have some, a beef here. I can't believe you're building a Batmobile while I'm here.
It's because I don't have the Sandcrawler, man. They discontinued it.
Whatever.
They didn't have it in Mexico?
You could have done Mos Eisley. We talked about that.
Oh, man. If I had $600 to get Mos Eisley, I would have gotten it.
Yeah. I feel your pain. It's pretty cool, though.
It just happens to be whatever we fall on with each episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, whatever.
I still love you, man. I still love you.
I feel that answer.
Okay, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do because I'm being called out right now, right? Like this is what we're gonna do.
You're gonna finish the Batmobile.
I am going to get specifically a Tatooine themed Lego kit, and we're bringing you back on for those episodes.
So how about this? You can help me with my Lego project.
Okay.
And I'm recreating the scene that I'm in, which is it would be a custom build. Right. So we just need to get the colors. I have the Sandcrawler already.
Oh.
And we just need to build the background scene of me carrying R2 up the hill.
Huh. That's interesting. I think that's actually that might be something that we might be able to do.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I think that's a good idea.
That was that's what gave it away. Man, I love that idea. Huh.
No, the was, let me think of the logistics of this. Is this something that I could actually do?
Yeah.
That's what the was, I think I can do that.
All right. Very good. Yeah, where did Ray go? We lost him.
Did we lose Ray? Oh, we lost Ray. Maybe he disconnected from his internet or something along those lines.
Yeah, so now I have to watch the chats on this side.
Hold on 1 second. I'm being walkie-talkied right now. Nope, he's back. Oh,
Nerd alternate.
yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Hold on. No, my fiance actually just said that she can hop on from her location. I'm gonna send her the link right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Nerd Alternate number 3 just got an Apple computer and didn't realize that he was going to close all the windows when he moved something over. So maybe he should be like Nerd Alternate 33.
So I would like to answer Let's Create 08. Yes, I was in 1977 Star Wars, which is now known as New Hope.
Right.
That is correct.
There was a lot of silence right here.
Well, we lost our lead guy.
Yeah, he is the lead at the moment.
Where's James? We need James.
So what I missed while I was gone?
Yeah, everything. We went through his entire life story.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
pretty
well,
much finished the show.
Yeah.
It's been nice, guys. I'll try again next time.
Yeah, guys. Until next week. We'll see you next week, guys. Sorry, no.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
John Cena.
That's what you just did right now. You just John Cena everyone.
Nice. So, okay, I know you just answered Let's Create's question. I mentioned to the guys earlier that I saw on another interview that you actually never saw the movie in theaters until years later, correct?
Yeah, 2018 was the first time I saw A New Hope on the big screen.
And how'd you and I know you said you know which one was you, but how did you feel about watching the movie in its entirety versus, I mean, obviously wanting to see yourself in the part that you played in it?
Well, you know, it's amazing. It's a whole different experience on the big screen, and it's just unreal to see it with that, you know, that big sound of a movie theater and the big picture. You know, it's just phenomenal to see it like that. And you know, even seeing it today, it's hard to imagine like, you know, that little kid, that 5-year-old kid running around is me.
Right.
It's just something that's, you know, it's hard to really grasp a hold of, you know, being a part of something that's so iconic.
I'm sure. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So so that was your first time in theaters. How many times, or do you not care to disclose how many times had you seen it prior to that, just at home or someone else's house?
Oh, thousands. I mean, I don't know how many VHS tapes I wore out. I had it on DVD and just every time it comes on TBS, which is I think
all the time,
every third day or something. You know, it's like if it's on, it's staying on TV. I mean, it doesn't. You know, no other rule in our house except if Star Wars is on, we watch Star Wars.
Right.
Guys,
I remember.
You know that's me right there, right? Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there, like, yes, I've heard 1,000 times.
Yeah, it's just magical. It's, you know, I love the whole Star Wars universe and what George Lucas has created, and now Disney's taken over, and it's just it's phenomenal. But you know, just the other day, May the 4th, Philippe and I and Jackie, hi Jackie,
Hey, Jackie.
got to watch it again on the big screen, and that was only my second time ever. And just phenomenal. And Andrea Miller was also there, and it was a lot of fun sitting next to her and us watching that together.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. That was loads of fun.
Yeah, that was a good little event. That was fun.
It's
So
funny
were
you
you
mentioned
guys-
that.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Jackie. Go ahead. No, please go
Oh
ahead.
no, I was just gonna ask. We're like you. So obviously you and Andrea went to the same school, but were you guys like in the same class, like with the same teacher?
So our little schoolhouse was, I believe, K through 7 or K through 6. There in Death Valley, and I was in kindergarten and she was in 2nd grade. So
Oh, okay.
our little schoolhouse was basically a 1-room schoolhouse. So yes, we went to school together, but we were in different grades. So I was only 5. I was the youngest cast member. And with talking to her and some of the teachers and and kind of looking back at school photos, we're pretty sure that I was the shortest kid in the filming of it. So the one that's, trying to hold R2 up with my hand, I'm just such a small guy. I couldn't do it. Now probably at 6 foot, I might be the tallest Jawa there is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, spoiler alert, you got bigger.
Yeah.
A lot bigger.
Yeah.
So I was curious, going back to what you said about the rule being in not so much curious, but it's kind of funny anecdote with me about watching Star Wars whenever it's on. When I was a teenager, there was a time where, like you said, it was on TNT or whatever, with TBS at the time. Some friends came over and said, "Hey, we're gonna go outside and play." When kids actually played outside.
Right.
And I said, "You know what? Star Wars is on, so I'm gonna be inside for a minute." Cut to a couple hours later, they come back. Oh, okay, you want to come outside? They're playing the trilogy. Star Wars is on, so no.
Yeah,
and they came back and they said Star Wars is on. I was like, well, they came back and said, just no, it's good. We'll see you on Sunday.
Like, do you not understand that Star Wars is on?
It's not just one movie. Star Wars is everything. When you watch it, you watch them all.
It's a universe. Come on.
Uh-huh. Oh man.
So kind of, if you want to tell us a story about how you got chosen to be or to be a Jawa out of all the kids that were in your class.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just go ahead and kind of start at the beginning. The principal shooting for Star Wars, which is now known as A New Hope, was done in Tunisia, Africa. And over there, it was all the Tatooine scenes, and the Jawas that were there were a mix of little people, adults, and crew children that happened to be on scene, like Tiffany and Melissa Kurtz happened to be Jawas, as well as a few local children that we know of, were the primary Jawas. And when they came back from Africa and started processing the film, it's my understanding that some of it had been destroyed in the traveling process, and George Lucas also wanted to do some pickup shots that he felt needed to fill in the scenes. But at this point, they were so far over a budget, they weren't going back to Tunisia. It just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
And so he tasked his small crew and said, "Look, we need to find a place that looks very similar." And Death Valley, being in Southern California, happened to be that place. And it's pretty interesting to me. I don't really know what his thought process was, but he just showed up to my school, as my understanding, and asked the school staff if they could borrow 8 kids for a few days of filming this film.
Which, like, now would be super creepy.
Yeah, and they said, "Yeah, sure. Just all we need is permission slips from the parents, and you can take these kids away, and everything will be fine." And so the way that they chose us, because they already had Jawas. Oh, there went Ray again. They already had Jawas in the can. We had to fit in the costumes that were already existing, and we needed to match our Tunisia twin. So they lined us all up, the entire school, and went down the line and measured us. And those children that were the appropriate height got picked. And I was one of those 8 children. And the funny thing about that story is my sister, who was in 2nd grade, was a half an inch too tall and was not able to be in the film.
That's what I was going to ask you to tell, was that you got chosen over your sister because she was too tall.
It's kind of funny too. Like, you think about when you're a kid and you get measured, you always stand up real nice and tall, and she probably gained that half inch that knocked her out of being a Jawa. But
so now
yeah,
story.
So after we were chosen, we spent the first day at the little Furnace Creek Motel, getting fitted with the costumes. And one of my real vivid memories from one of those days was trying on the Tusken Raider helmet.
Right. Right. I remember you telling that story. Now that wasn't Alan's helmet, right?
Well, it could have been. I really don't know.
Because Alan doesn't
Um,
remember at all. He's like, I don't remember.
no, unfortunately. Yeah. So, it very well could have been his helmet.
Hmm.
Um, or it could have been, Bob Spiker's helmet. You don't really know.
Right.
I mean, Peter Diamond could have worn the thing for all I know. So, but yeah, that was a pretty cool memory from that day, and then the next day we were taken out into the desert and we did our filming.
Which again, as an adult, or at least, and now in this day and age, sounds weird. It's like we got taken out to a desert.
Yeah, we got taken to a motel
Oh boy.
to try on costumes, and then we got taken out to the desert. So, but yeah, so one of the great things for me is that my mom signed the permission slip for me to go, but she said that my sister had to go along to be a chaperone at 7 years old because she's responsible. And
It was a different time, man.
Picture
Different
of
time.
It was the 70s.
it was 1977, yeah. And so my mom said that, just make sure you take the camera. And it was one of those little Kodak 110 cameras that have this little film roll thing that you stick in there, and they weren't known for quality. And my sister took it and took one picture through the whole process. And it's that one picture that I have of me where you can see my face. I don't know if you have that.
It's actually on our promo, so we do have that on our promo.
Okay, yeah. So it's that one picture is the one she took, and it's the one now that is my absolute favorite to sign.
That's awesome.
when I get asked for signing autographs. So
Yeah, and it's such a great picture, man.
yeah. And then I just had it like worked on. I took it to some professionals that took that little 4x6 photograph and really worked into it and made it real nice and sharp and cleaned up the color.
Yeah, because that picture looks great, man. Like it's almost like it doesn't look like it was from the 70s. Like when you look at that picture, it's a really good quality picture.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just fantastic that I have some, that memory, and that memento from that time. So our scene was when R2D2 gets shot. He's in the canyon, he gets shot, he falls over, and we run out and pick him up and carry him up to the sand crawler. One of the things that I remember is that we set him down and then walked up these stairs, and the stairs were actually onto a flatbed trailer that was just out there in the desert. And that just, strikes me as strange as a kid. I just, like, what am I doing? And then you get to the
Movie
big
magic.
screen, and I'm actually walking up into the sand crawler. And then we filmed some scenes where the fellas are up in the canyons and rocks are falling down and stuff like that. So
Right. I mean, there's a lot of strange things that are happening that, like, either way, were strange. Like you're in this
yeah, it was an interesting time, and none of the parents believed in it.
right. Because I mean,
My
you're in this
mom-
low budget movie that nobody thinks is going to do anything. You
Yeah,
you don't know it's going to be the most successful franchise in the history of anything.
yeah, and here these adults were looking at this, the filming and the props and stuff like that, and everything's broken and run down and dirty, and I mean, we were dressed up in rags, and my mom wrote to my grandmother and said that I was in some silly B grade sci-fi flick that wouldn't even make the make the box office. And our teacher sat us down and she's like, kids, this thing's not going anywhere. Don't even think you're going to be stars. And that was like the sentiment across all the adults.
Yeah.
Right.
there's just story after story of like, oh my God, that thing was like nuts. Here's this elephant wearing a silly costume, and what do they
Right.
what do they think they're doing?
Because nobody knew it was going to be what it was. I mean, they even to interviews now this day, they still talk about how we didn't know this was going to be what it became.
Yeah, I mean, the vision that
Mhm.
George Lucas had for this trilogy, um, it's just mind blowing. I mean, to be so advanced for what you want to create that you have to create the components to make that happen. You have to
Right.
create THX so the sound is right. You have to create ILM so that the special effects are right. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And, there's a lot of people that don't like the remake that happened in the 90s. And for me, it's, he finally got to finish the film where he thought it should be.
Right. He got to do it in the
Yeah.
way that in his mind that he tried to make in the 70s, but he couldn't.
Right. Like, Jabba the Hutt in 1977 was a man.
Right. I've
But
seen
that's
those
not what he
scenes.
wanted. He wanted something else. And in the 90s, the special effects came around to where we could actually have Jabba the Hutt for who he is. And now we have the Hutts coming around in the Mandalorian series and
Right.
Boba Fett series. And, it's just the vision is just phenomenal. It's mind blowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question. So I know you mentioned, everyone's pretty much knows that, no one gave it a chance. And, like thankfully Al Gore hadn't developed the internet yet. So there was no such thing as
Right.
going viral or internet leaks. But
Right.
how much can you recall if were there any instructions, like as far as like sharing what you guys were doing off, outside the set or talking about it all? Was there anyone ever actually worried about anything like that?
No, I think when you're in a community that doesn't even have TV or a movie theater or anything beyond a school little newspaper, I don't think that they were like, I mean, who's going to believe these kids from Death Valley? I
Right.
just don't think that was really around, and in fact, I told the story as a kid and nobody believed me. And finally I quit telling the story. And there's people that I've known for years and years and years, and they're coming around now going, "What? You were in Star Wars?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I told you that.
Yeah, I mean,
There
I
were
wouldn't even
two-
tell them. Like it just wasn't a part of my life for a long time. It was my closet alter ego. I really didn't think that people wanted to hear my story, which was.
When do you think that changed? Do you have like a crisp vision as to when that changed and when you actually, because it almost sounds like you just intentionally stopped talking about it. Was there a time where that a switch flipped kind of and you just kind of people embraced it?
I know exactly when that changed. I was approached through Facebook by some autograph collectors, and I pretty much blew them off for about 8 months because I couldn't imagine why people would want my autograph. And then finally they whittled me away and came to Sacramento where I lived. And we actually had them at the house, and
Huh.
they sat down and one of them happened to be Steve Grad. He's on that show Pawn Stars
Okay.
as the autograph authenticator.
Yeah.
The guy with the hat? Is it the guy with the hat? You always
No,
No.
he
Okay.
doesn't normally wear a hat. He comes on every now and then to do autographs.
Okay.
So anyway, he and another gentleman showed up to the house, and we sat down at the living room table, and they had like 250, 300 items they wanted
Whoa.
signed. Yeah, it was a
That'll
lot.
give you a cramp.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, buy a house or be in Star Wars, you're gonna get writer's crap. So and it just didn't really hit me. I was just kind of like, okay, whatever, sign this, sign that. And then they rolled out this poster, which is believed to be the most complete collection of autographs from the original trilogy.
Hmm.
So it has Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill,
Wow.
Harrison Ford, George Lucas, Gary Kurtz, you know, and just on and on and on.
Damn, man. Like,
And they're
an
like,
author sign that.
we want you to sign this. I was like, all
That's
right,
got to be
hold on.
humbling.
Yeah.
Hold on. You want me to throw my scribble down on this beautiful piece of artwork? And they said, yeah. And I'm like, I mean, I don't get it. And they said, you know, from years of looking around, somebody discovered me in the Lucasfilm archives.
Wow, that's amazing. That's pretty cool.
And
Facebook.
and so, you know, here after 42 years, you know, I had a little bump in 1977. I guess it was 40 years because that was 2017. You know, for 40 years, I pretty much, you know, just kind of shared with really close friends, acquaintances. I wouldn't tell it all. And then here we are, and I signed all these autographs, and Steve told me when they were leaving, he's like, hey, you know, there's some money to be made out there. People would really like to see you. And I just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And it was a few months later, it was in March of 2018. He gave me a call and asked if I wanted to go over to England.
Wow.
All expenses paid to sign autographs. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And I mean, that was super humbling too. That was my first ever Comic-Con. And
that's cool, man.
Yeah, and we had people show up. So Andrea Miller also got to go to that show. It was her first Comic-Con as well.
Okay.
And we had people that came just to see us. And
wow.
You know, it's just unreal. I mean,
I was just
think
thinking.
that.
Sorry.
No,
I was just thinking. You know, it's probably especially your guys' scene, the Jawa scene. It's the first Star Wars scene almost that you see.
It's the
You know
first,
what I mean?
yeah. It's like the first
Yeah.
major scene in the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's
you know,
like it's
Darth
the
Vader
first thing that
steps
people
out,
see.
you know, which is crazy. Like, you know, having that character step out into the hallway through the laser fire and, you know, all the smoke and everything, that was iconic as well. But if I tell people, anybody, that I was in the scene where R2D2 gets shot and he falls over, everybody knows that scene.
Yeah.
How many of them try to make the R2 noise when that happens? When you tell them,
You know, it's always Utini.
nice.
Utini!
Yeah, it's always Utini. You know, it's pretty phenomenal. And you know, I just, so in 2018, I kind of started to immerse myself in this world, especially when I went to the Comic-Con in England, and I was schooled by fans on Star Wars trivia.
Of course you were, yeah. I'm
Oh
sure.
my goodness! Like, I came home and I told my wife Amy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have got to really pay attention to everything Star Wars. Like, and that's when I really figured out that the entire universe, the entire galaxy of Star Wars is connected from the comics
Right.
to the animated series to the books. You know, if it's canon, you know, it is definitely part of that, and that's actually made it a lot of fun for me. You know, just getting to dive into that and you know, finding out stuff that I, you know, hadn't really thought about.
Right.
I mostly looked at the movies itself, and so that was pretty cool. And then we did another show in 2019, Empire Con down in LA, and then COVID hit,
Right.
and the whole thing just came to a screeching halt, which was really a bummer. I was having a lot of fun with it. You know, like a lot of people, I probably got pretty depressed around that time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like,
Word.
I don't think I involved myself in social media a whole lot through that time. It was just, knuckle down and trying to get through this thing. And,
Right.
So it's pretty phenomenal to be out of that now. And Philippe, Jackie, and I got to do a show on May the 4th, and then I got to be a part of a pre-party right before Celebration down in LA. That was an amazing event called Boot to Eve, and had a lot of fun down there. And
Right.
did Capitola Con in when was that? Was that March we were over there?
It was
Capsule
either the
was
end of
March.
February or
was-
March.
Yeah, it was
I think
March 10th.
March.
I
Right
was
there
there
at the
too.
beginning of March, and that was a great show. And it's just so much fun to be able to interact with fans again and be back to that world, that I really have fallen in love with. It's been so much fun, and the fans are so awesome.
Yeah, it's what's fun for me is just seeing the level of imposter syndrome that you have because we keep like there's a lot every time we see you, it's like people want to come and see you. You're like, I don't know if people really want to come see me. Like, no, there have been lines of people waiting to see you, dude. Like Capitola Comic Con, that was like another that kind of I hope that was an eye opener for you because you're like, I don't know if people really want to see us, and we're like, dude, people have been walking by our booth. Like, is the Jawa here?
I'm literally hanging out with my mom at a bar, and I wanted to hop on and be a part of this interview with you guys.
Nice.
Well, it's so humbling and it's so awesome. I mean, but I do have that anxiety, like when you commit to doing a show and you commit to to be in there, you're like, geez, it'd be a real bummer if nobody wanted to see me. It's like,
Yeah.
It's that whole fear of not being
rejection,
liked,
of
right?
course, yeah.
Right. And thankfully people do want to see you, man. Like, people like they flock to see you at these shows, man.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, and it's just so awesome. I mean, there's so many great fans out there, and everybody that I've met has just been incredibly awesome. And you should have been at that Boon to Eve. That was just the fastest 4 hours of my life, and talking with so many people, and just one of my favorite things is the things that people bring for me to sign. I mean, I have my a few 8x10s that I can provide for an autograph, but people bring in books, and it was the first time I'd ever seen one, is the big laser disc.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I got to sign that, and there's right in there is those little Jawas. Those Jawas were just everywhere. And it's funny how that character made such a big impact. Even I mean, in the first trilogy, it was only A New Hope that had the Jawas in it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
they came back later in the the opening trilogy 1 through 3, but now with Mandalorian and Obi-Wan and Boba Fett,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a character that people love, and people that dress up as Jawas and in the 501st and stuff like that. It's just it's amazing to me.
It's almost
the
a
love.
reference that Jawas get that like nobody pretty like I don't think anybody expected that Jawas would get that much reverence as the characters that they are.
Yeah, and it's one. Oh, go ahead, Jackie.
Oh no, I was checking the comments. James was asking if you were the one that shot R2D2.
No, that was Rusty Jaw. So that was a Tunisia shot. So no, they didn't trust a 5-year-old with a gun.
He knows exactly who shot him. He's like, no, that was Rusty.
Yeah, it was Rusty. So
I am gonna hop off because my battery is gonna die, but we're gonna continue listening and watching, and we'll just be in the comments. But
Awesome.
I just wanted to say bye and hop off, and for having me for a little bit. Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
we'll see you soon. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I had another quick question from the chat. Two of them actually. It was how many hours a day did you were you on set to play the Jawa, and how many days of shooting did you actually spend?
So I don't know the answer to that. I just,
Yeah,
my
you're fine.
5-year-old brain didn't
For sure.
register that. But we were on set 2 days. So the first day was the getting dressed in the costume, and the second day was the principal filming, and that was it. A funny thing about it, we were talking about this at the May the 4th event, and it kind of struck me as funny is Andrea and I were there. She was also a Jawa, and we had Angela Staines, who is one of the Tonica sisters from the Cantina scene,
Right.
and then Alan Fernandez was there. And it's funny to me that back then, after our 2 days of filming, they handed us $25 in cash, each of us children, and sent us on our way.
Huh.
And I've always thought, like, man, they, $12.50 a day, geez, but at least for a 5-year-old, you're thinking that's a ton of money.
Mm-hmm. Especially in the 70s.
And we were talking on this panel at that May the 4th event, and Alan Fernandez, who was an adult at the time, he was the elephant trainer for Margie, the elephant that was the Banta.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, I only got $9 a day.
Oh boy.
And Angela Staines,
more money than me.
Kids drove a hard bargain.
yeah, and Angela Staines, who was on set for 3.5 weeks, is all, and we had to buy our own lunch. I was like, man, I made out pretty good on this.
Yeah,
film.
in hindsight, actually, absolutely. So,
Yeah,
quick question, another question, and I apologize if you covered this while I was busy hopping on and off the stream again, but
I didn't even notice.
That's okay, me neither.
You were gone?
Exactly, I know. I've seen, again, new to Apple, apparently my battery just crapped out on me. I didn't realize it, so
You shipped it.
I've seen, I know you talked about there was 8 total Jawas on set, correct?
Right.
And then, so do you or have you, I guess, keep up with any of them, or do you know any of them since the filming of that?
Yeah, so Andrea Wickman Miller and I are really good friends today,
Okay.
and we got reunited in 2017.
Okay.
In 2018, right before we went to that show. Joe Weber, who was Jawa, he was in first grade, was my best friend at the time. He and I are in touch. He lives back in Alabama, and he's a geology professor back there.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nice.
and unfortunately, so there's, let's see, that's 3. So there's 4 or 5 others. Claire Boland unfortunately passed away in 2020 due to COVID.
Oh, no.
So we lost one for sure. And then there's a couple that we know of their whereabouts, but they're really reclusive people.
As Jawas tend to be.
And just, don't have a lot of interest in coming out and being a part of this. And I think that's kind of the landscape of what Death Valley was. That's kind of the people that it produced.
Okay.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
So it is I know you said you're close with 2 of the other ones. Is it almost like a cons thing, or do you all get together from time to time just to hang out, or what's that dynamic like for you?
Well, Joe being on the East Coast is tough, and we're just kind of an email and text message type of relationship at this point. Andrea and I are pretty darn close, and our families, we've tried to get together a few times, but boy, COVID was just tough, and that's kind of been right in the middle of this. And now we're trying to get our lives put back together. And she owns a gym, which, boy, they got hammered hard.
Did they?
Oh gosh, yeah, a lot of gyms did. Yeah, I'm sure, especially
so she's
personally
getting
owned.
that put back together, and so we'll get there. We've actually talked about There's several groups that organize trips to Death Valley to see the areas that they shot Star Wars at, and her and I have talked about getting together with some of those groups and going out to those areas where we did that.
And we're the Jawas that we're filming in these films.
Yeah, exactly. It's the funny thing is oh geez, 2016, I believe it was. My wife and I were traveling through Death Valley.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I'd been back there since 1979. And we went to the visitor center because it's a national monument. And I went to the information desk and asked them if they knew where the filming locations for Star Wars were. And they kind of, gave me a quizzical look and, why do you want to know?
Nerds.
If you have to ask, you don't really know. And I said, well, 1977, I happened to be a school kid here, and I was one of the ones that was in the filming. And they flipped their lid. They're like, "Are you serious?
You're a legend."
And so the interesting thing that is,
they're just like,
I found out later. From
how do you not know? And then, oh my God, you're one of them.
I was here. I don't know.
So they wrote an article that is in the Obama White House Library of Congress archives.
Oh, no shit.
And I am in that article.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Awesome. That's like, they protect that Library of Congress. Like, it's, Fort Knox. I'm around forever.
The best thing that happens to me when I go to National Park, I have to make sure not to litter, but you actually got into the Library of Congress. Sheesh.
Right? And now I get in for free because of my military time. So that's pretty cool too. Yeah.
You don't have a Jawa pass that just lets you through, or you have to actually show the military one, huh?
No, the Jawa pass does not open a lot of doors.
They're just like, I'm an exhibit in the Hall of Congress, but you're not going to get anything. But hey, you served in the military, so I mean,
come on in. It's funny is like every panel that Andrea and I get to do, we always get asked this, and I know why people ask this. They're like, "So Tim, how many girls did that pickup line work on?"
I laugh because I know it's true, because I hear every time that he tells his story.
0, none, never. It didn't work. They're like, "Oh yeah, whatever." They ask Andrea the same question.
Oh,
she's
boy.
like, "Oh, it worked all the time. I got so many dates from it." I'm like, oh, God. Crazy.
Hello, Amy. Welcome.
Is that Amy Rivas?
Yes, sir.
What up, Amy? Amy's actually one of my friends from my time in the military.
Nice.
So she gets the same discount as a Jawa, is what he's saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, she gets into national parks free, and Jawas don't.
Nice. Actually,
so she was a civilian friend. She wasn't in the military, but she was a friend.
Well, if she was in your car,
then she can get in. Yeah, you just have to take her every time you go to work
for free. Where Jawas fit.
I don't think Amy was ever in any of my vehicles.
Well, what kind of friend is that?
Yeah,
we used to bar hop.
Yeah, don't be in a car.
That's a good thing you were in cars together.
Yeah. That being said, I'm taking you next time we go to Yellowstone.
Perfect. I love Yellowstone. I lived there for a long time.
It's beautiful. I love that place.
Yeah, I took Amy there. Golly, it's been 10 years ago now, and she was I'm sorry, 7 years ago, and she's like, "How did it take me this long,
right,
to get to a place like this?" It's just the beauty of that place is indescribable.
I spent some time 2 years in a row for work, and so I fell in love in general with the area up in Montana, not even just Yellowstone. My wife never got it. We finally took a trip together last year, and she's like, "Okay, I get why you want to stay here." So that's like on our bucket list, is that eventually we want to relocate there. But she just, I mean, the serenity and the beauty of it, it's just amazing up there.
Yeah. So you worked in the park?
No. I work at an airport. So I was working at the Bozeman Airport two different times out of the year, or 2 different
Nice.
years.
We have family in Bozeman. We love that place.
I love it. She couldn't decide if she loved Bozeman more or Livingston more. And after spending a little more time with Livingston, she said, "Yep, that's where I'd want to be."
A river runs through it, my friend.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. No, Livingston is cool. I grew up a lot of my life in Gardner, Montana.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we stopped there when we went to the park.
Yeah, and just spent all my days as a kid fishing on the Yellowstone and Gardner rivers.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing we didn't get to do is we didn't get to go on one of to go rafting or go fishing. But
Right.
it's one of those. It's a thing where it's almost going to be a yearly vacation for us now, with the exception of this year. But it's going to be an annual thing for us until we.
Yeah, that's cool. We have we try and split our times. We like to do pretty long trips, and we love the national parks, and we love, we also love Hawaii. So
she hasn't been yet either. So that's another one on the list.
yeah, that's an amazing place. I love that little set of islands. I love the mentality, the aloha spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Horn. Yeah, that's just my happy place, and
You guys see my signature every picture I take. I'm always,
yeah, it's they know how to live life, and they know it's right over there, and
they know how to enjoy life.
It's really a lesson that the rest of the country should pay a little more attention to. It's not about yourself. It's about the village. And,
right.
Argue for me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay, switching gears, I had a question when we were talking about the continent. My ADD things escape me very easily, but are you allowed to sign with the Utini or any autographs? Is that something that you can do, or is that something you're kind of prohibited from doing because it's from the actual movies?
It's protected, right?
Yeah.
I've never been.
I was going to say, or should I ask you not to answer that question?
Yeah. Well, I do know that George Lucas's watches the distance nerding here, so I'm probably in trouble.
I've heard that. Yeah, no, I've heard that.
I know for a fact that Lucas watches the show. So Lucas.
Oh, thanks, Ray.
There's your con money, huh?
Yeah. Now I have to sign up Bootini.
Those are different cons.
Right? No, I just try and spell it. I mean, who knows how it's spelled anyway?
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
That's not Bootini. That's Bootini.
Just don't do it when you've had a couple drinks, because then no one wants to know about Houdini.
Right.
Friends.
Yeah, I'll start signing them.
How many of us have them?
Martini. I actually had somebody ask me to sign and put martini on it.
Martini.
Martini.
Dry martini.
That's pretty funny.
Martini.
So am I correct in that you actually lived in the national park, right? The Death Valley National Park, and you lived there, and am I getting this right that your dad was a park ranger?
Yeah, both my mom and dad were.
Both your mom and dad, okay.
Yeah, so at the actual time of the filming, my parents had actually separated, and my dad had moved to Yellowstone National Park, and my mom was still working for the park there in Death Valley until 1979.
Wow. So I imagine there was a lot of park visits as a child, not only as an adult.
Oh yeah, no, that was like, the thing that we really did. As kids, as we traveled around to the different parks, as many as we could. I think my kids. I talked to my youngest daughter the other day, and I think she's been to like 77 different national parks.
My God,
that's impressive.
Yeah, she's got a pretty solid list. She also goes with my sister quite a bit, and that's what's driven that. But I think my sister's she's probably up near 100 now.
Wow.
I'm truly jealous because
absolutely.
I've only been to a few national parks.
Oh, they're just such gems, and it's it was really a struggle for this nation to develop the national park system, and it just it was, you know, there's a few books out about the historical process of developing the national parks, and we're just lucky that there's some individuals in this country way back when that had the foresight to try and keep these things, you know,
Right.
for the natural beauty that they are without, you know, much man-made intervention, you know, as possible.
I think that's the challenge, right? I mean, we're progressing technologically, and you want to make it friendly for people to visit, but also not mess with the integrity of what the parks are. So I'm sure it's a very delicate balance that people have to walk through.
Yeah, you know, it's funny too. Like I love to visit the parks, and every time I see, you know, these different places, they're always just, you know, as magical. Um, but you know, I just, you know, one of the one of the things I remember, uh, this happened on, my wife's and I's second trip to Yellowstone, and we were at Old Faithful Geyser, which is probably the most iconic,
Sure.
you know, national park item out there.
We missed it.
And there was a gentleman that had his back to the geyser, was taking a selfie of himself with Old Faithful in the background, and making his wife take a picture of him taking a selfie with Old Faithful in the background. And I'm just like,
Enjoy it, man.
just turn around and like watch this amazing natural phenomenon that, you know, really doesn't occur with any regularity anywhere else on the planet. Like
I understand if you're recording the geyser going off, because that's a nice thing to go on, like, see again. It's not going to be the same as it is in person, but it's like, I mean, you know, you should be able to like multitask on something like that, where it's like, okay, let me point it in the right direction, record this so I can look at it later, but let me actually like watch it,
Yeah.
and not, you know, just not experience it through a lens while you're there in front of it.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun. The first time Amy and I went there, we stayed there at the Old Faithful Inn, which is absolutely spectacular. If you want to, you know, take a step back in history, stay at the Old Faithful Inn. It's just iconic.
It's something I definitely want to do.
Ray, check the chat, because I'm sure Jackie's saying where she stayed at, and I kind of want
Not
to know
yet.
if she was
Not
there.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jackie's been twice. I've never been.
Okay.
Black.
Well, we'll have to
Black.
fix that.
Yeah, I know. Right?
So when we stayed there, I requested a room that had a view.
Oh,
of
how
Old
could
Faithful.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh! And, you know, here it was. I just remember this, you know, with Amy, and it was a full moon night, and just getting up in the middle of the night and watching Old Faithful go off in the moonlight.
And
You
just
know,
actually
right.
stars there. Like you
Oh.
can see the stars.
Man, they call it Big Sky Country for a reason. Actually, that's Wyoming, but whatever. You know, Montana's up a little farther north, but I mean, it's unreal. The light pollution just isn't there. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, it's phenomenal.
As soon as you said Montana, I immediately thought of a Disney joke right in my head.
Oh, lay it on us.
Well, not like a joke, but it's like it's a scene from Meet the Robinsons. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that.
I don't think
movie.
I've seen that one.
So there's a scene like basically it's it takes place like in the future, like not distant, but like maybe like two
30s.
generations. Yeah, I know, right? 2 generations like from now. And there's a joke where he says something about Montana, or he says something about Canada, and he goes, "You mean North Montana?" He goes, I don't know what you mean. And he starts explaining how the United States went to war with Canada and won, and then took over Canada.
Oh,
North Montana.
Now Canada is North Montana.
Oh, great.
I definitely visit that. That's great. North Montana.
And so every time I hear anybody say Montana, I always think, well, he's a North Montana man.
You mean North Montana?
You mean North Montana?
So actually going back into the chat, though, James had a question. And since this is now the unofficial 6 degrees of Barack Obama, he said that there's a documentary series on Netflix about the national parks narrated by Obama. Have you had a chance to check it out, Tim?
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, me neither. It's on my list of things to watch, but I'm watching other violent
Yeah, I'll
things. at
put
the
that on
moment.
my list. I didn't know that existed.
Obama's been doing a lot of stuff on Netflix, man. Did you guys watch The G Word?
Nope.
No, I saw that it's on there though.
So The G
Yeah.
Word, I don't know if you guys know who Adam Conover is.
He
Nope.
ruins everything, from what I hear.
Yes, there's a show that he has called Adam Ruins Everything. And it's like it's like a comedy show, but at the same, like he's being it's almost like science and explanation with comedy to it. So like he kind of just like explains how things work and stuff like that. So him and Obama
Versus the
did,
perception of how you think it worked.
right. So he did something on it just came out on Netflix. And it's called Adam Ruin, or no, I'm sorry, it's called The G Word, and it's basically a limited series that was produced by Obama, that Adam Conover does, where he's explaining aspects of the government that people just don't understand to begin with. And it's actually kind of cool because he does go into a lot of things that are like, oh shit, I didn't know that, you know.
Well, that's because we got rid of the cartoons on Saturday morning. A bill
Oh,
is a bill.
Yep. But
I mean,
it's
that's all
yeah,
you needed to know.
I know, right? I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill.
That's right. I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill.
I remember that show. But yeah, no, like it's really it's because it's pretty funny, and he talks about like, okay, so here's how the National Weather Service works. But what's really cool about it is at the very beginning of the show, uh, Obama's kind of explaining to like, or they're having a conversation, and he says, like, he's talking to Obama, and he's like, so you know, what am I and what am I not allowed to say? He goes, no, you can say whatever you want. He goes, so if I want to say bad things about the government, he goes, I just want you to tell the truth. And he's like, well, cool, then I got this, you know. And it's like at first, like a lot of the topics, it'll be like, okay, here's the positive aspects, the good, the reason these programs exist and why they're good, and then he gets into like levels of corruption and why things aren't working the way they are, or how things are outdated and need to change and stuff like that. Like it's pretty cool the way that he goes about it, but there's also a whole bunch of jokes. Like Obama's a funny dude. People don't realize how funny he is.
Oh, he is an amazing orator. There's no doubt about it. Like,
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to hear a guy talk, you listen to Obama. I mean,
yeah.
you know, I didn't
Definitely
always
not me.
agree with the guy, but he is a great speaker.
I
Mhm.
think that speaks to that, because you might not agree with him, but you're going to want to listen to everything he's got to say,
yeah.
or most people, I should say.
Yeah, there's other presidents we had. I just can't listen to it. It's
No,
like,
at all.
oh my gosh,
At
come
all.
on.
I agree. There are certain people that it's to the point where even before this individual was the president, I was already annoyed with his voice. I was annoyed with his voice and his speech patterns. Like, oh, God, you sound terrible.
Talking about Jimmy
You don't
Carter,
need
right?
to talk
I am
about
talking about
Gerald
Jimmy
Ford
Carter.
that way. Come
Yeah,
on.
I'm talking about Jimmy Carter 100%.
No, but you know, it's
I hate the way Jimmy Carter talks. It's so annoying.
it's funny though. Like I mean, it's totally right. Like I mean, we took all those speech classes and through high school and college and learning how to talk to a public audience. I mean, that's important in life,
Yeah.
and it's you can have the smartest people in the world, and if they can't express their ideas in a great way, people just aren't going to listen to them, unfortunately.
Right.
You know, with any volume of people. So I see um, James did post a question down there. What's the weirdest thing a fan has asked me to
Oh, God,
do?
I want to hear
for
this.
I was going to
fun?
ask you, without incriminating yourself, was going to be what I prefaced it with.
I definitely want to hear this. What is the weirdest thing that a fan has asked you to do that is not rude to talk about? I
Oh, I
guess.
was going to say,
Actually, I don't have any juicy stuff about that. I've never. I mean, I wish sometimes people would ask me to. No, it was hard for me early to sign things that I wasn't a part of.
Mhm.
And it just kind of weirded me out. I'm like, I'll sign anything Jawa, but why do you want me to sign this stormtrooper helmet? Like, it's just, and and what I've realized is, it's just a media that people are using, and all the times it has to do with Star Wars. I haven't signed anything that didn't have to do with Star Wars in some way. So unfortunately, I just don't have any. I don't have any like juicy stories about that. Sorry, James.
Dang
Right?
it.
That would have been. I mean, that would have been funny to me to hear some stories about somebody
No,
asking some weird
it's just
thing.
the fans have just been super solid and nothing sketchy. It might have to do with my wife sits right next to me. Most of the
That'll do it.
I don't know. She might she might be giving people the evil eye or something like.
Right.
Don't you even think about it? I don't think I've ever even been close to an opportunity of getting to sign Philippe's left butt cheek or anything like that.
Oh, well,
Oh no,
he's right butt cheek.
you were closer than you thought you were
Yeah,
when it came to signing my butt cheek.
That's
Yeah.
a special pen that you need for that, by the way.
Yeah, definitely need a special pen for that.
no, it's I wish I've signed some great things that it's I love signing new stuff that I've never seen before, and I actually got to see some of those things here at the last event. This one guy, it was a trip. They were posters like maybe like 11 by 14 or maybe a little bigger,
Mhm.
but it was like a 50-foot roll. They were all connected, like they never got cut.
Oh, wow.
And so he would just unroll it to the spot where he wanted me to sign it. He's looking for a particular person he wanted to be next to it. It's just kind of funny that
Was that a Capitola?
that no, that was at Bunta E down in LA.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you get this? And he said, I found it in some pawn shop, and
Wow.
he said I whittled on the guy for forever because he wanted like I don't know like $20 for a poster. He would cut it off, and he's like, no, like
The whole
okay.
thing.
And he just kept like after a year, he said I went back, and he's like, how much? He's like $20 for the whole thing. It's like 50. It's the strangest thing I think I've ever signed. It's
That's
probably
odd.
that roll of poster. It's just bizarre. I've never seen anything like it.
That's going to be a big wall. He's going to have to put that on.
Yeah, he actually. I asked him about that. I'm like, where do you display this? And he talks about the room he has it in. It goes all the way around the room.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm like, that would be something to see, And it's crazy to me that I sign things that people display.
Yeah.
I see pictures on social media, and I'm always looking around for my scribble on there. It's pretty darn cool.
At the risk of someone's eBay store getting a run on traffic from distance nerding people, is there something in particular that's your favorite thing to sign?
Oh, it's my photograph, hands down. If people want to have that 8x10 of me in costume as a 5-year-old kid, like that is by far my favorite thing to sign.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beyond that, then number 2, and it's a very close number 2. I love signing the big posters that have everybody on it.
Okay.
And my favorite thing is when the person that wants the autograph gives me freedom to sign where I want. I am taking.
Where do you normally sign?
Oh, I'm taking prime real estate.
Is it a large signature one?
If it's the original poster, and it's got Darth Vader and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher on it, and they're kind of on like a little peak or something,
Mm-hmm.
I will sign right up her leg every time.
Is that your way of staking claim?
It's funny when people, I'm like, where would you like me to sign? They're like, wherever. I'm like, oh, you probably shouldn't have said that.
Like, Carrie, I missed you, right on her leg.
She's now tattooed.
Right.
Apparently, I'm gonna get heat from James if I don't mention an upside down bandolier, because that's like the third time he said it.
Yeah. So in the original photograph that my sister has, that Philippe should be putting up right now.
I'm.
Oh. So in
You only
that
have two hands.
picture, if you look at it, one of my bandoliers is upside down,
Oh,
and
okay.
it always makes me wonder, like, did that eventually get caught by some of the people that were around us, or am I actually in the film somewhere running around with a bandolier upside down?
Like Albie and his knee pads, right? In the
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Our buddy Albie was in the first season of The Mandalorian. He was one of the he was one of the scout troopers that kidnaps Grogu at the.
Okay.
the one that
Sure.
punches him, not the one that punches him. For
He's
the
the other one. He's not the one that punches him. But he likes to point out to everybody that when people find out that he was one of them, he's like, yeah, my knee pads were upside down. And it's like, dude, nobody realizes that your knee pads were upside down, man. You pointed out to everybody.
That's funny.
And he's like he's a cosplayer, so that was his thing. So it was his own suit and everything. So I guess he was in such a rush to put it on that he didn't realize it until after he saw it on screen.
It's funny you say nobody realizes it. I think there are people that caught on to that. The attention to detail that individuals give to Star Wars material is, I think it's second to none. It's unreal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's YouTube channels that are dedicated just to breaking down not just episodes of movies, but trailers of stuff. So I absolutely believe it. And then some of the stuff they see and come up with is mind-boggling.
Yeah. So I mean, speaking of that, like my thing now is, The Mandalorian and Boba Fett and now Obi-Wan, they are just filled with those Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so what I like to do is I like to watch it, and then I like to go back and like try and find them. And
Right.
I am just horrible at it. Like, and then I'll go back and I'll watch some YouTube videos, like 376 Easter eggs in this episode. I'm like,
Right.
And it's like, I didn't see any of those.
I saw one, The only thing I did like was, which one was that? It's episode 2 of Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about the Sith Lords, and they, oh hell, what's the guy's name? I just lost it. The goofy guy from episode 1.
Jar
Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about the Sith Lords know everything, and then they panned right to Jar Jar Binks. Did you guys see that?
No. I think
And like, there's that stupid like conspiracy theory that Jar Jar Binks is Sith Lord.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh,
They're just leaning
people are
into
gonna
it.
Eat that up, like, oh my gosh, I think they are having so much fun producing these miniseries that this is going to be something that's around forever. There's just too much content.
Just everything that they're doing right now is so good, man. So, like, speaking of all that, like, just all this stuff that we're talking about right now, what do you think of Obi-Wan, man?
Oh, I love it. So, I will tell you that I was scared in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I was. I don't want to say I was disappointed because I loved it, but Boba Fett was tough for me as a series because I wanted, just a hardcore bounty hunter, kicking butt, taking names series.
Right.
And he kind of ended up being a softie. And I'm like, that's not who I see Boba Fett as. I see him as the tough guy, just, holding his rifle in his arms and like you point me in the direction, I'll take care of it,
Right.
So when they started off Obi-Wan, who is probably my favorite character behind Jawas, and he wasn't going to get involved. He just didn't want to get involved. Like, I'm like, where are they taking the series? Like, I don't want to go down a road of being disappointed in this character.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've seen, episodes 2 and 3, and it's definitely improved a lot. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's understanding. Like a lot of it is having to understand why he takes the position of a pacifist. Like it's really to not just to protect himself, but to like protect everyone, because you kind of see like how ruthless the Inquisition is.
Yeah, and I mean it makes more sense, and I love the Inquisitors. They're just, I mean, those characters are played so well. Darth Vader, it's like seeing him back on screen is just
Terrifying.
He's terrifying.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, that is one angry individual.
Yeah, I mean,
What
you
angry
can
elf.
see he's still such a child when it comes to stuff, because, like, when he finally gets into this confrontation with Obi-Wan, it's like, you did this to me, I'm gonna do it to you too. Like,
Right.
Full
that's
tantrum,
how
yeah,
he
for sure.
feels. Like he is having a tantrum. He is a fucking child, man. But I mean, like, dude, it's so just the storytelling, as always, is so good.
Yeah. No, it's phenomenal. And I mean, I didn't dislike Boba Fett. I love Mandalorian. I just, that season was phenomenal all the way through. Um, and um, I just I just love the character. I have these ideas from my childhood of what these characters are like,
Right.
and I want them to kind of stay true to that. But it's part of the story, and it is what it is, and
Well, like,
all
because
things-
I wasn't completely upset with the direction that they went to with Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
Like, I understand where a lot of people were upset with with some of the choices they made with Boba Fett. But the thing is that the whole idea behind what they did was character growth. The whole thing was to show that he's grown as a person, that he's grown as a character, that a lot of things, like his mindset is changed. He's also getting older, and it's like, I need to plant roots myself, and that's kind of what they were going for.
well, yeah. I mean, when you spend how much ever time in a Sarlacc stomach, I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of get a whole new perspective on life. And I think really what the thing is that the story continues.
Right.
Like it's open ended. We're gonna see more Mandalorian. We're gonna see more Boba Fett. We're gonna see more, you know, Ahsoka, and
Oh, I can't wait to
Can't-
see more Ahsoka Tano,
Kidding
man.
me?
She's so good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and if we can bring Thrawn into this,
Oh, he's coming. We know for a fact that Thrawn's
Yeah.
coming into this.
it's just like let's keep going. It's phenomenal, and yeah, let's keep bringing Jawas. I mean,
Hell yeah.
this is awesome, and it was a lot of fun down at Blue Deep. I got to spend a evening with the Shiu sisters, and that was a lot of fun. Some more Jawas family that I've met, and that was pretty cool.
The good news is now that you're since you've grown, you can actually just pick up an R2 on your own, and you can do that for a picture for their fans.
Oh, you know what we need now? We need to make a video of the rare and unseen Super Jawa.
Right.
The Jawa
Yeah,
daddy.
I
Jawa
keep
daddy.
hoping-
He just walks in and goes, "Ooh, Chidi."
And then
I
just
just
the
keep
plushes
hoping
Jawas.
for a cameo in one of these series. Bring me back.
Cool. Hell yeah.
It's like, oh my God, look at that tall Jawa.
Like I said, he would just come in and go, "Ooh, Chidi," and just like pick something up and throw it.
Right.
And then all the Jawas are just like,
What's the name
Right?
of the what's the name of the mechanic in Mandalorian and Boba
Oh,
Fett? I can't
I
remember.
know.
I know.
We're gonna go with that. You could be the Jawa that she was dating at one point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The problem is, I think I'm like 2 foot taller than she is.
That'll be that'll be like season 4. Mando has a rematch with the Jawas that destroyed his ship.
Yeah, we already kicked his ass. Let's move on from that.
And no, but I'm saying like there's a rematch and he's just like, you're not a challenge, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, the ringer steps out.
Tim Donaldson as the giant Jawa walks out.
It'd be part of a nightmare scene. There's a large Jawa just stomping around.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Lou Ferrigno does the voice.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. I got to meet him once. Yeah. So James has a couple of things down there. So it's Pelamoto.
Pelimoto.
Yeah, that's the character. Oh, what a great job she did.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal. And then he also asked if I ever approached Lucas about Spring Creds. Yes, James. I've called Lucas Film.
He's watching, so just appeal to him
Yeah,
now.
Right.
and I've talked to a bunch of people, and I just haven't got my foot in the door yet of getting some actual official recognition of my time. But I think it's coming. I've got high hopes. I was super glad. I was kind of bummed. So we just had Star Wars Celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And it's every 2 years. And because of COVID, we fell out of cycle for the 50th of A New Hope.
Right.
And I was like, God, that's such a bummer. What are they going to do? The 49th and the 51st? But then they announced that they're going to have Star Wars Celebration London next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That puts us back on the cycle to have Star Wars Celebration of the 50th year anniversary of A New Hope. So I'm hoping that by that time I'll be able to attend something like that.
I mean, I'm sure we can do it because as a lot of people who are close to us know, I'm close to us. I mean, like close to
George Lucas.
communities. Well, not, yeah, no, our communities and everything, and kind of like have the ear to the ground as far as you guys, like the actors who are either uncredited or things like that. Dominic Pace just got his in. And they're like recognizing him as an official character now. So I mean, if we can get Dominic Pace, if we can get the community to get around Dominic Pace to get his official, stuff, I'm sure we can find a way to get you into.
Yeah, boy, what a great guy Dominic is.
I love Dominic, man. He's such a cool guy.
He's so nice, and he was so gracious to Amy and I when we were down at that event pre-celebration. Right. And
I was gonna say, you saw the Blue to Eve, right?
Yeah, and we communicate now, and it's a lot of fun, meeting folks. It was kind of a funny thing at Capitola Con. I think probably the biggest name for Star Wars that was down there was Emily Swallow, and she plays the armor.
Right.
And Amy and I had come down out of the elevator at the hotel, and we're walking out, and Emily Swallow was at the front desk checking in, and I wanted to stop and introduce myself, and so I did, and said that I was a Jawa in the original Star Wars in 1977, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you for letting me into your family."
Oh, that's awesome.
So cool.
And I'm like, you're welcome. Yeah. Well, it was all me.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here to welcome you into the family. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's my job. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just pretty special because, and that's one of those things you mentioned it earlier, that I kind of put something out there on social media before Capitola Con that, I just get this level of anxiety about, do people really want to see me? And C. Andrew Nelson wrote me a really nice private note and said, "Look, man," he said, you are a part of this great thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you're always going to be a part of this great thing, and because of that, people are always going to welcome you with open arms, and it's really been the case. Um, fans are just amazing. They
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
really.
definitely exclusive fraternity to be. I'm sure it's great, cool to
Mhm.
be a part of.
Talk about another stupid cool guy to know. See Andrew Nelson.
Yeah, absolutely. And then James mentioned Daniel Logan.
Yep, Daniel. I was going to bring up Daniel Logan too. Like that's another guy.
Yeah, such a cool guy.
Between him and Emily Swallow, I mean, they were easily the biggest people there.
Yeah, but I mean, and I've had the opportunity of meeting like Mads Mikkelsen,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
and that guy was phenomenal. We sat there and drank pints watching a football game and talking about stories and he I was telling him my story. He's like, oh my gosh, we have girls. He's got girls and I've got girls. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, your girls must have been over the moon about that." And I said, it's funny. Like they grew up in kind of the Star Wars wasn't around zone, so it wasn't cool. It was whatever they were watching at the time, and they're kind of like, "Yeah, whatever." I forced them to watch it, but and he's like, all the films I did, like like they didn't give any attention to any of it until I was a backup dancer in a Beyonce video.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's like, that's when they geeked out. I'm like, what? Like I was just a background dancer in this, and you're freaking out about it. Like I've done all these great films.
Like
So
they're
it's kind of
freaking out. It's like I'm in Harry Potter.
yeah,
I was in a Star Wars movie. Come on, man.
yeah. I mean, just film after film after film, and
Yeah.
but it's been funny. It's been really a roller coaster ride of meeting folks, and what I've learned is all these actors that I've met are just normal people, and
Oh yeah.
like they're all approachable, and we do these conventions because we want to talk to fans, we want to see fans, and and making people smile. And
Mm-hmm.
I've got kind of another funny story about meeting somebody over in England, and we all stayed at this one little tiny hotel out in the middle of nowhere um, that was away from the convention. And so in the evening after the show, we'd go into the courtyard. There was some picnic tables, and we just sit around and talk and have a few drinks. And like Billy Bean was down there from the Hobbit series, the Lord of the Rings series,
Mm-hmm.
and that guy's just amazingly funny. And I was talking to this English actor that he had done just film after film after film in England. And then I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this guy for a long time, and we're just talking normal stuff about family, working out, just whatever we're talking about. I'm like, God, that guy looks so familiar. I just don't know. I can't put my brain to who he is. And so I excused myself and went to the restroom and Googled. And for about 2 hours, I'd been sitting across from Ray Park.
Oh wow,
No shit.
that's awesome.
And I'm like,
So
oh
familiar
my
because it's
God,
freaking Paul.
it's Darth Maul.
Wow.
Just like, it's funny. And that's that's the interesting thing about, these faceless characters and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's like, what do these people look like normally, in real life? So
I've heard so many good things about Ray Park too. Like just how cool of a guy he is in person.
oh, he is a solid individual for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Another.
Yes, he did a
James says you did a bathroom Google. I did. I did. I know, of course, you're talking to somebody. Danny Glover was sitting at the table for Christ's sake talking to us. And
Danny
I was-
Glover. That's awesome.
Was he not
Yeah,
too old for that shit?
what's that?
What was he not getting too old for that shit?
No.
You know, what's funny is you say that, and I was gonna make the same exact joke. I was like,
Yeah,
was he just there at the con, just going like, "Yeah, I'm too old for this shit."
I'm too old for this shit. Yeah, yeah. That was a good show.
Retirement.
Robert England was there,
Oh
and
yes, who's getting a resurgence right now as as we speak?
the line for that guy was, oh my gosh, it was unreal. And I'm like, holy cow! Like he's had a line over there all day, and they're like, yeah, 'cause it's not moving. The guy talks like for 20 minutes to everybody.
That's pretty cool, though. That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I guess if you finally get to the table, like he'll talk to you for a long time. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he's another one where it's like, you know, you hear the stories about Freddy Krueger, and then you realize that he's like a super awesome guy, right? So it's like, and like I said, getting a resurgence because he just played
Stranger
a counter
Things.
character of himself in Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like his character is very much like he's a victim of a character that is basically him in that universe, which was
Wow.
kind of cool to see him play a victim of a Freddy Krueger based character.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So James asked me how many cons do I do a year. So that's actually something I keep to kind of a minimum right now. We we're typically about 2 a year is all we do, and it's just that I have a whole nother career that I do, and I only get so much vacation a year, and and we want to keep these moments special and fun, and so Amy and I have decided that for the time being, it's just going to be a few times a year, and we'll get out there and meet the fans, and maybe if retirement comes in a few years, then we'll do a few more. But until then, it's just a couple of years.
Mhm.
So if you see Tim Donaldson's name on the list of people at a con, make sure you get out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, this next year, it's almost kind of looking booked up. I've been contacted about doing a show in Costa Rica.
Oh,
Whoa,
nice.
Yeah, which I'm super excited about. It's actually a charity event for the 501st.
Okay,
And
cool.
I'm really happy to be a part of that one. We're gonna do Capitola Con again in March of 23. We're really excited about that, and knock on wood, maybe Celebration in London, England.
Yeah, we the only reason that we didn't go out to Bunta Eve is because we didn't get tickets to Celebration.
Try as we did.
As much as we tried, we couldn't get tickets.
I didn't get tickets either. I didn't even go to Celebration.
Oh wow!
But I'm going to tell you, I had the best time down there. Amy and I just had a wonderful time because it's just emphasis Star Wars, like everywhere you go,
Right.
and it's just it was so much fun, and it's funny because like everywhere I'd go, if you see somebody, especially the 501st folks, they wear their shirts usually so you can tell like they're super fans and stuff like that.
Right.
And I had my Jawa patches, my cool Jawa patches, and I would ask them if they wanted to trade and stuff. And the first folks that we met, Amy turned to me and she's like, "They don't believe you. We were walking to downtown Disney on the sidewalk, and they're like," she's like, "Yeah, they just think you're full of crap." And they turned and they were walking in front of us. So you could tell they were Googling on their phone. and then they
Googled you.
Sidewalk Googled me.
Uh-huh.
And they turned around and they had like all this great stuff to trade for patches and stuff. It was pretty.
Now
pretty
that they
awesome.
know, as soon as they realize you weren't full of crap, like, okay, we have some cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But my favorite thing was the kids. Seeing those kids out there and being energized about Star Wars. I mean, that's a whole new generation that's coming up that that's going to keep this on going.
Right.
Oh yeah, let's create '08. We'll definitely see you at Capitola. That's cool.
Friend of the show, Darren Chibi.
Yeah, I'm the closest one to Celebration. I'm about an hour and a half away. I live in Lancaster, so I'm in Southern California, and I had considered going, even though we didn't get tickets, just to go and experience some of the stuff down at Downtown Disney. Because from what I saw, there was a lot going on, even for people that actually get into Celebration.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, everywhere you went was just Star Wars. It was so cool to see, and we had a couple of events that Amy and I were going to, and then we just decided to enjoy our time, and we spent most of it down in downtown Disneyland, and we walked into one shop and they had these artists in there, and they were just showing their artwork, and it was all Star Wars.
I think it's the Wonderground Gallery. I think something like that.
Oh man, it was actually. I'd have to look back at my social media. It's some studio, some high-end studio or something, and
Ray's actually our resident Disneyland expert.
Oh man, and so I just can't remember the name. It starts with a K. I just can't remember the name of the studio, but this artist was in there, and I said, it was like, hey, that's a drawing of a Jawa. I was a Jawa in 1977, and the gal that was working in there helping her, kind of her assistant, was like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like she's gonna want to meet you." And so I got to meet her, and she gave us like this little custom drawing.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
That she had done, and just meeting these people, and so everybody. One of my favorite things to do, just out in the normal, is like somebody wearing a Star Wars shirt or something. I'm gonna approach them, ask them if they're a fan, and I get so many responses like, yeah, okay,
Yeah, I'm a fan, duh.
yeah.
Who doesn't know
sure.
Are you a fan?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So we just kind of walked around, and one of the funny things is I use Facebook, and I opened my location up to see if fans were around, and during that time on downtown Disney, like I could see, where fans were walking around. They discontinued that. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, the friends near you. I did see that. That's relatively recent. They did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, I'm glad I got to use it at Celebration, but it just kind of petered away because I'm up here in Seattle right now, and I'm like, oh, I wonder how many fans I have around here in Seattle. And I'm like, yeah,
whoops,
yeah, can't. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, I wanted to connect with friends.
Strikes again.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, nice. Let's create '08. It's going to be volunteering at the show. That's good. The volunteers are what makes those things go around. There's no doubt about it. Like, you guys, hats off to you. A lot of work.
How'd you get connected with Ubuntu Eve? How did all that come about for you?
So they've got a like a number one podcast.
The number one podcast.
So they're definitely
waiting.
I was waiting for some kind of reaction.
I know. I was waiting.
I think it was like in the middle of building an accent or something.
I think we were both looking to wait to see what he was going to do.
Yeah.
Are you guys waiting for me to say, "Oh, it's a podcast"? No, I get it. I mean,
no, they must be number two.
No. I'm humble enough to say that we are bottom of the barrel. So
What am I doing it? No, I'm just kidding.
But it's a W filled barrel, so we're all good.
It is a W.
No, it was the podcast. Can I say their name? Is that okay?
Yeah. So let me just throw it out there. We are 100% about. We are 100% about. We work with other podcasts. We are all about bigging up every other podcast that's out there. I don't believe that there's a such thing as competition in podcasting because people can listen to whatever the hell they want.
Because they can't compete with us, baby. That's why, right?
Sure.
That's the rhetoric of being number one right there. No, so it was this group called the Virtual Cantina.
Oh yes, I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, and they actually started because of COVID, and they put on celebration pre-parties in the past. I think this was number 3 or number 4, one of the something like that of these pre-parties. And I did their podcast, and they said, "Hey, we'd love to have you come down. The fans would love to meet you." And so we just decided to do that event. It was a lot of fun. Geez, I don't know how many people I met in 4 hours. It was pretty nutty. Like, it was constant people coming by, and we were in this little. It was a lot of fun. It was done in a college bar down in Fullerton, California, and it was like we were all crammed in there, but it was a lot of fun. And to my knowledge, nobody came away with COVID, so that was pretty. It was a win.
I saw some reports that I guess that was quite the thing. People coming back from Celebration, so you dodged the bullet there.
Like they came back with COVID.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I obviously don't know the percentage, but I saw enough posts from people that were there that said that unless you've got a negative test, I'm staying away from you, because there was enough people that kind of caught the bug while they were there.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate.
I mean, at the actual convention inside the
yeah, I hadn't heard that. It's been a tough thing for me, and it's like, do I wear a mask? Do we keep the sanitizer on the table? How do we do this? And to be honest,
right.
I just want to get back to life how it was before. And I was one of those kids that grew up playing in the dirt, and immunity came from touching bugs and snakes and
drinking from the water hose.
Exactly.
Kissing frogs and whatever you did. It just drinking from the water hose. And I mean, we've got it's here. It's gonna stay. We just need to figure out how to live with it.
Right.
So Philippe, do you have full taste back?
So you know what? I didn't lose my taste or my smell.
Well, I don't know if you lost your taste.
Was it Jackie that did?
Jackie lost her taste and her smell. I didn't lose my taste.
Okay, so is hers fully back?
Hers is back now, yeah. And you know what?
Good.
It's she. To my knowledge, I don't think she is having those issues where she's had to like relearn how to taste everything. Because I know that's been an issue with a lot of people too.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's been a whole thing about like people have to relearn how to taste and smell things again.
That's how their nose works. That's pretty much it.
So Cam, we're skipping the bracket. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
I know you showed up just for that, but apparently Philippe just isn't any good at it.
Yeah, no, I screwed up in not having it prepared and everything like that, and I kind of don't want to mess up Jackie's groove. So
yeah,
blame it on the W Cam.
We've got so Ark, what's up, buddy?
What up, Ark?
Woo!
Hell yeah, Kyber Cave's in the building, baby.
That's right. Full taste. Have you seen how he dresses? Yeah, he's wearing like somebody else's t-shirt, not my t-shirt. What the heck?
Like I said, I was supposed to wear your t-shirt tonight, and like an idiot, I forgot to put it on. So, what's funny is for like since the day we booked you for the show, I was like, I'm wearing that cool Jawa shirt. I'm wearing that cool Jawa shirt because James always yells at me for not wearing distance nerding shirts, anyways.
And we're a podcaster.
Yeah, and now I'm wearing like one of our sponsor shirts, but I mean, still, it's like, oh fuck, I forgot to put on the.
Can you hold on a second?
Yes.
Check this out. This is what the Batmobile is looking like so far.
Nice.
Like I said,
it looks pretty cool.
Pull this in the front. You guys see the light in the front right there?
Ooh.
Light in the
That
engine.
is not a traditional Batmobile.
This is the one from the new movie. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get one of those, and I'll wear it.
And you'll wear it?
Yeah, and when you're on.
Hold on. Hold on. All right, right there.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Oh, that's his new shirt. I don't have that one yet. I have the old shirt.
Well, I had one ready to mail, but you're not wearing even the old one.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, hold on. What time is it? Okay, we have 10 minutes left. I was like,
Wardrobe change.
Matter of fact, we're probably gonna go a little bit late because I have one bag left and I want to finish this. So hold on.
Well, get on it.
I am. Hold on.
All right.
So while he's away, how can people get some of the merch that you've got? I mean, do you have a store, or is it in person at cons and stuff like that? How does someone?
The best way right now is just to DM me on social media.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I do it. I do it, with PayPal and
okay,
just ship it out. We're working on a website, but just haven't quite got there yet.
I gotcha. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
cool.
we got a couple of new designs coming out too, so it'll be pretty bitchin'.
Nice
when we launch. So I just, these shirts are fun. I love, putting them together and I mean, that's like my whole wardrobe now. It's
self-promotion, man.
All my own shirts.
Hey, you have to self-promote, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Where's the
what is going? James, are you drinking?
He may be. I think he's plugging your
nipples. What? James, come on, man! Family show.
What's the artwork from for the design? Is it?
So actually, we did a show down in LA in 2019, and it was my very first panel that I did, and oh my gosh, that was so much fun doing a panel. I didn't really think it'd be all that interesting, but those moderators are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the moderator of that show is a gentleman by the name of Kevin Leal, and he asked me after the show. He's like, "Hey, I put together patches if you'd be interested." And I said, "Yeah, shoot me some artwork." And he did, and so we actually did the original Cool Jawa artwork. So I had my own T-shirt. It'll hopefully show up here in the next 10 minutes in the screen next to us.
Okay.
Was the original one I designed. Here he comes with it.
Okay, yes, I have seen it. Yes, of course.
Yeah. And show us your sleeve. Class of 1977.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that was a one-off. That was a one-off T-shirt I did. I won't ever do that one again. So
no. I missed out, huh?
I've got a few left. I actually do.
And big boy sizes?
Left of those. That haven't been worn.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't gonna just take Phil's next time I go to his house, so
right. So
you'll look at my closet and be like, "Where the hell did my Jawa shirt go?"
So Kevin Leal does my artwork now, and he did my patch, and he did. We talked about the new T-shirt,
okay,
and making him kind of a biker, cool Jawa, And
is it Jawa on a speeder?
On a speeder,
yeah. But I've actually got a brand new one come out that I'm super excited about. So hopefully we'll see that one here in the next month or so.
And you'll be showing that on your Instagram, Cool Jawa?
Instagram, Cool Jawa. Facebook, right. Cool Jawa. And Twitter, Cool Jawa.
Since we got you on here and we're trying to self-promote for you, how much are your shirts so that people can DM you and have an idea of what to expect?
I sell them for $30 plus shipping.
Okay. Patches as well? I mean, obviously not $30, but the
patches. So the patches are cool. I will trade a patch if it's a good trade. Jawas like to trade.
Nice.
If you just want to purchase a patch, they're $5.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I wear a name tag at work, so it's a patch. I can trade you. I don't know if that's a good trade or not, though. So
I have a Cool Jawa patch. It's not on anything, but I have one.
Yeah, right. No, it's a name tag at work. I'll have to think
I'd say
about
it was a good trade.
I actually, that was the coolest thing of being down around Celebration is trading the patches.
Okay.
I had so much fun with that. And you know what, Ray, if you've got a name tag you want to trade, I'll
You called my bluff because our shirts are.
I'll wear it at work. I'll be Ray for a
He's
day.
gonna go to a show and it's just gonna say Ray on it.
Ray for a day.
Oh man, who'd you kill for that patch?
Man, that was awesome. You got a Ray patch?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
I know Ray.
Yeah, that's Ray. From Star Wars Ray.
Yeah, Star Wars Ray. Yeah, just spells it differently. It's okay.
Spelled differently, right?
What was the?
I'm Ray's cousin.
There you go. Do you
Ray Park? Yeah, James says Ray Park.
I'm Ray the giant Jawas. That's what that
There
is.
you go. Very giant. Do you have a favorite patch that you traded for when you were at Celebration?
Oh man, I got some great ones. But I did not understand the level of patch trading that goes on at these places.
I didn't. Yeah, I guess I know I've seen people
There's
that
a lot
pin
of
trade.
patch trading with Disney in general.
Yeah, like pin trading and that. Yeah.
I am like entry level, looking to level up on patch trading, but I think I bumped into some masters that like they would have backpacks and they were like,
wow.
They were like dealers over in the corner. They had all like
So basically they were patch Jawas.
yeah, it was basically what it was. But I got one comes off of the top of my head, and it was a Jawa Jiu-Jitsu patch, and
there's a Jawa Jiu-Jitsu patch.
Yeah, so this guy owns a Jiu-Jitsu studio, and did a patch, and it's this Jawa throwing a move. So that was probably.
Does he call the move Utini?
Yeah, right. And
Which is not jiu-jitsu, by the way, but he does a hip toss and just goes, no, this is the Utini.
James wants that patch. Which patch, James?
The jiu-jitsu one.
Utini choke. Got a trade, buddy. Got a trade. I haven't seen any distance nerding patches.
Haven't made them yet. We're working on that because we don't know who to get them made from. Do you have a guy?
Yeah, I got a guy.
Okay, we might have to ask you for your guy because I actually have had more than one nerd ask me for morale patches, and I definitely need to get those done.
Yeah, so Kevin Leal.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Okay, for sure. I'm gonna have to hit him up, or I'm gonna have to get his information from you.
Yeah, for sure. And we're losing Ray again.
Oh no! See, okay, so Ray is new to doing the show on a laptop.
No, I think he's doing something else. Just turn around and look.
Oh.
Yeah, like
he just walked away.
Oh, maybe he's bringing back his Ray patch.
There you go.
If he brings back his Ray patch, like we're trading.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, I got some cool stuff. I got some coins, some challenge coins.
Oh, nice.
In trade. That was pretty awesome. So
yeah, like I said, I've had a couple of my military friends and some of my PD buddies ask me if we can get morale patches made because they would like all of a sudden he's a good friend of mine. I'm forgetting his name. Thomas Wong. Thomas Wong is SFPD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was like, dude, I'd wear one on my body armor. I would totally walk around with distance starting on my body armor.
Nice.
Yeah, so like, badass.
So thank you for your service.
Thank you for yours, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't have that Ray patch, I'm gonna be upset.
No, we're here nerding together. We're also here hydrating together. So there was a visit that needed to be made.
Oh. Right. So, are you active police force?
No, I'm not. So he's a buddy of mine that is in the police force.
Oh, okay.
That he's SFPD. And he, like I said, he's he's been asking me for morale patches for a little while now. So like, I need to get these morale patches made. No, I'm former military, man. I'm just like you. So
What branch?
I was Army.
Yeah, just not just like me.
Yeah, well, you were Air Force, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go get him, sir. I'll be drinking a beer.
Like, so you flew the planes that I jumped out of. So
No,
No.
I did not fly. Yeah.
did all the logistics.
He did
Cool.
the trading. He did the trading.
Did the trading. Well, I'm seeing
Right.
Air Force is 90% logistics. So it's like,
Yeah, no, that's the God honest truth. To get one of those things to stay in the air, for sure.
mhm. Have you seen the joke that is
Philippe.
yeah. No, how the how different military branches interpret the term clearing a building?
No.
Oh, I gotta find it. It is really funny. Find it here.
I did not fly an X-wing, but I could. I
There you
could fly an X-wing.
He's tall enough now. He wasn't when he was 5.
Right, that's true.
Branches, clear buildings, joke. Because I have a feeling like if I actually go to that joke, or if I don't put in joke, it's actually going to talk about how different branches actually clear buildings, and like that's not what I'm.
Yeah,
looking for.
probably literally. No, there was a really good one during Desert Storm that went around, and it was like, the special forces in a foxhole, and oh man, this is awesome, I love this stuff, and the Marine Corps in the foxhole going, yeah, okay, this kind of sucks, and Army in the foxhole, and yeah, this really sucks, I hate this sand, and then they showed the Air Force in a recliner going, oh man, the cable's out, this sucks.
Here, I found the joke. So here it goes. How to tell the difference between the branches of the U.S. Armed Forces. If you give the command, secure the building, here's what the different services will do. The Navy would turn out the lights and lock the doors. The Army would surround the building with defensive fortifications, tanks, and Constantine wire. The Marine Corps would assault the building using overlapping fields of fire from all appropriate points on the perimeter. The Air Force would take out a 3-year lease with an option to buy the building.
Exactly. The funny thing is, the reason I chose the Air Force branch was because I was 19,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to know. I actually went to the Marine Corps first. I wanted to know what they ate, and he gave me an MRE. And I literally went across the room to the Army, sat down, and asked him what they ate, and he gave me an MRE.
Yep. Sounds right.
And so I walked out that door and walked into the next door to the Air Force and asked them what they ate. And he said, hey, I'm going up to Travis Air Force Base. You want to come with me? And we went up to the chow hall, and it was burgers and pizza. And
Sold.
I was like, I'm in.
We used to at Fort Bragg. We used to sneak into the DFAC on Pope Air Force because it was like actually food.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's literally why I chose the Air Force.
Yeah, like it was actually food. Whereas we're used to eating like field chow, and it's like even field chow, like it would come from a DFAC and be like, okay, well this is like it was like frozen food, like it wasn't actually like actual good food. Whereas like Air Force was like you get like your guys' cooks are like actual 5-star chefs.
Well, let me give you an example. Every deployment I went on, and the main Air National Guard was there, they would fly in, and they had lobster tanks on their planes.
Jesus.
And there would be fresh lobster in the chow hall. I swear to God, that's a true story.
If the Air Force stays on an Army base, they get a substandard living pay. That's the kind of treatment that the Air Force gets.
That's
Meanwhile, the barracks that we lived in, were most of them were usually condemned by civilian standards.
I believe that.
Yeah, you signed up for that shit.
We did.
Yeah.
Because even like in the places that were nicer, like when I was in the Ranger Regiment, we had brand new barracks, right? Dude, they still sucked. They were still terrible.
Yeah.
They're brand new to you.
Yeah. Well, they were brand new, as in they were like just built, kind of thing. But like it's still, it's Army standards, so it's still shitty.
So, Let's Create '08 says, what? Free lobsters? I'm going to tell you, my friend, when you're in the Middle East, nothing is truly free.
That's the truth.
Like I paid for that lobster with a lot of things.
And PT wasn't one of them.
Come on now.
Come on, man. You guys didn't have PT standards until like maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, come on. You're being mean now.
And I mean that in a good way, because like when I say you didn't have PT standards, I mean like you guys got to go to the gym on your own. It was like your standard in the Air Force was just make sure you work out and don't become a fat guy. Like in the Marine Corps and in the Army, there is like required PT. We have to wake up every morning and do PT. Whereas
no, that's true. Yeah, I understand.
We're on an honor system, so it's like they didn't start doing organized PT in the Air Force until recently.
And is that because their honor system was failing them?
Yes. The Air Force dudes were just becoming fat, it's just like
there's definitely some challenges there. It's yeah, I didn't stay in the military after 10 years because it wasn't what I thought it should be. So there's some challenges out there. I'm not saying they're not great, but we had our whole run of challenging times. So
yeah. The Navy is the easiest ones to make fun of because it was just kind of like they have the same thing where there was no PT standard when it came to the Navy, but those dudes actually were out of shape. Like at least the Air Force dudes that we saw usually were in shape. Like they usually actually took care of themselves.
Well, I couldn't imagine, serving on something like an aircraft carrier or battleship like that where they really had good food.
Yeah.
They really, really had good food. And like, where are you going to run?
They run the decks. They actually do run around. Because some of those ships, man, especially like the carriers, man. The carriers, they're like the size of small cities.
Oh, I was actually at the Point Loma Naval Air Station out on their fueling dock when the Reagan came in for the first time.
That ship is huge, man. That and the Nimitz.
Man,
monster ships, man.
Like 5,000 people could live on board that thing. Just amazing.
They were saying that, we would make jokes about how like Navy officers would be in golf carts to get around the ship, and they would say, no, like you literally can't walk around these ships. They're so big that you have to get in order to even be efficient. You have to ride around in a golf cart.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty amazing system, those aircraft carriers. Yeah.
It was my Marine buddies that would tell me that they would like to do PT out on the water because they would be most of those dudes are stationed on ships, so it's like when they would do PT on the water, all they're doing is just running around the ship. Like they it's literally like 5-mile courses around the ship.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they would just run around and do PT around the ship.
Hey, speaking of Ranger, when's Top Ranger coming up?
Oh God.
Real soon, isn't it?
Soon, yeah. I'm too fat to do Top Ranger.
Is that a reality show? Or what's that?
Well, it is, but it's the actual Ranger.
Yeah, it's the best Ranger competition. Think like Tough Mudder, but in order to get in, you have to be a former Ranger.
Oh, I thought it was active.
I know a couple former Rangers that have done it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
What was the highlight while he's checking? What was do you have a highlight of your Air Force career while you were serving?
Yeah, I do. You're gonna get your mind blown. So I had to do a tour with the Jordanian Air Force.
Oh,
And one of the things I got to do was go to Petra.
Oh, it was just this last weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Look at Ray's mind was just blown.
Yeah,
I was like, he just did this tour last weekend. Is what I caught from that.
April 8th through the 11th was the last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they literally.
Oh, wow. No, April 8th?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just being televised.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. No, this was last month.
2 months ago.
2 months ago. Holy shit.
Where are you at?
Not in this world.
It's
Not in the circle of Rangers.
2019.
So let's move on from Rangers. Put your phone down.
Not hanging out with the Brotherhood of the Scroll. That's what's happening with me right now.
So I got to go to Petra.
Which is, I don't know.
You guys don't know Petra?
No, I actually don't.
Philippe?
In Petra.
James?
Anybody?
Let's create. Oh wait, I just blew these guys' minds, and they have no idea. Okay. So
he's gonna say it, and I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Watch.
Yes, you are.
It's
true.
Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Now I do feel like an idiot.
So they are looking for the Holy Grail,
right?
And it's in the Valley of the Crescent Moon.
Okay.
And they go into that narrow canyon, and they come out, and here's this building carved into solid stone.
Wow.
That is Petra, and it's a real place.
Really?
And it was built by Petco.
It was built by Petco?
No, Mark, come on, man. Petra, not Petco. Yeah, and it's in the
Art
country.
Expel, ladies and gentlemen.
And it was built by a society that we really don't know all that much about. There was no written language that they know of, and it was discovered in like the 1920s. And it's like
super new.
Yeah,
but it's been there forever.
Crazy. Yeah, there's even a Roman Colosseum. The interesting thing is that the Romans were known when they conquered societies, they would just like tear down what they had built and built their stuff on top of them.
Right.
And when the Romans discovered Petra, I don't think they conquered them. They actually left the structures that were carved in stone. They didn't do anything with them, but they added their own Colosseum. And this Colosseum sits something like 10,000 people, and it's carved out of solid stone. It's a pretty amazing place.
That's great. That'd definitely be a highlight. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably military wise. That was one of the greatest things. I saw a lot of stuff I shouldn't see.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but there was a lot of good times too.
Very cool. Where are you at there, Philippe, on the Batmobile?
I'm on the last bag right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
there's a lot of pieces landing.
Yeah, that's why I said, are you sure? How big is this bag?
Check this out right here. Like I just put the fire on the back right here. So there's like that, the
unofficial sound effect.
Looks like it was something from the Air Force.
It was a pretty cool car.
It's basically a muscle car,
It looks like a Camaro.
It almost does. And see, like on the inside, like
that must be a new Batman that I haven't seen.
This is the Matt Reeves one with Robert Pattinson.
The most recent.
Yeah. Is it mid-engine?
It's a rear V8 on this one.
A rear what?
It's a rear V8 on this one.
Okay.
How's it taste?
So, because the transaxle is, I think it's mid-engine.
So one more bag.
Well, yeah, I'm finishing the last bag right now.
Speaking of Netflix, have you guys watched that series about F1 racing?
I've never been really big into racing in general. I know a lot of my friends are. Double A is like really big.
Watson, yeah.
That show to me was like that's one of the very few shows I binge.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about some of the shows that are on Netflix that are like F1 involved. And like there was one show my old roommate, I watched him like he was watching it before I bought my house. So like we were watching it and it was like really interesting, but I never like went back and started watching it again.
I've known people that got into F1 racing because of that show. So I mean, it's doing a pretty good job of getting people involved into it.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, increased the sport, but it's definitely a sport that doesn't need money.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me like how much money is sunk into those race teams. It's just unreal.
You know what almost got me into F1 was that movie about Shelby, or it wasn't about Shelby, but the one with Christian Bale and Matt Damon.
Oh yeah, no, it was about Carroll Shelby. It was no Ford versus Ferrari, but
Ford versus Ferrari. I mean, it talked. I mean, it involved Carroll Shelby. I don't feel like the whole story was about Carroll Shelby, but
no, but I mean, he was definitely an integral part of them winning for the 24-hour Le Mans.
Right.
No, it's definitely a good movie.
Yeah,
really good movie, man. That movie was amazing.
Hey Tim, by the way, just straight from James, I know you're up in Seattle on business, and if you got to go, completely understand. He's got a bag to go, so we appreciate your time.
Are you trying to get rid of me, James?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just in case.
James, he knows that you're not trying to get rid of him.
I mean, I'm in a hotel room. Like, what am I gonna do?
Like, where else am I going right now, man?
Yeah,
like if you're just
with
hanging
free
out.
Wi-Fi.
Mark Zuckerberg took away my local friends. I can't find them.
And you can't even figure out who to trade patches with right now.
No, it's like, man, I gotta just walk around looking for people with Star Wars shirts.
Like I'm literally getting a chance to hang out with my friends right now, and you're trying to kick me out, dude. What the fuck?
Slinging patches like Ninja Stars.
I actually think he's jealous because he's not on here. Like, I get it.
Well, he's hanging out with a 7-year-old and a few little completely adorable twins, but
so it's basically us.
He's hanging with his own Jawas.
Yeah, he's hanging out with his own personal Jawas right now.
Right.
How much longer are you up in Seattle for?
So my work is lasting until Friday. But my wife flies up Thursday, and then Friday afternoon, we're headed up to Orcas Island.
Market, where's that at?
It's one of the San Juan Islands here in Washington State.
Nice.
Is that somewhere you've been before?
Yeah, my mom lives there.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
very late. That's a good place to visit then.
Yeah, so we're gonna go up there and hang out for the next week and then fly back home. So pretty excited about that. But it's crazy. So how's the weather been there, Phil?
Over here, I mean, like always, it's hot, but I mean, like it's. I mean, it hasn't been too bad. It's been cooling down in the last couple of days.
What was it Friday and Saturday?
Oh God, it was in the hundreds.
It was 63 today.
Jesus.
Wow. I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I live in Sacramento?
I want to go back to Sac after being up here for 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, it's just like it's beautiful.
Yeah, we I went to Seattle a couple times for work when I worked for Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely somewhere I want to visit, but haven't been to yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're hoping to kind of get into the food scene a little bit here in Seattle, and it's just something Amy and I love to do, and she's been researching a lot, so I'll have to definitely
Any I know you mentioned beer, a couple, any microbreweries you've checked out up there while you're there?
So it's kind of funny. The place I went to last night, my beer was flat.
No,
Yeah.
Ooh.
fail,
Um,
Seattle, fail.
Yeah, I was, I was so tired after being on a plane. Uh, I just like, okay, fine. And then after work today, I ran to one to grab a beer and dinner before I got back here onto the show. And I literally sat at the bar for 20 minutes.
Oh no.
And two bartenders were moving back and forth. There wasn't a full bar. Now they were hopping. I mean, like I understand, everybody's short staffed, right?
Right.
But they didn't even say hello for 20 minutes. I was like, I have to get up and go.
I
I'm
just want to
sorry.
spend my money.
Yeah, I had to get, and so I just,
The guys, all I
grabbed
wanted to
something.
do was give you money. That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, no, I feel for these places now. It's crazy. So James has put something up.
Oh, he's telling you
Go
to go to Everett.
Funko up there in Everett, Washington. Is that like Funko headquarters?
Yep, it actually is.
Yeah, it is.
Their actual headquarters. There's one here in LA in Hollywood. There's a Funko store where you can make
I
your
might try and pull my Jawa card and see what happens.
See if they actually have, like, you know what? They might actually hook you up, dude.
That would be cool. I'll have to try and I'm gonna research that. I'll try and do that. So very cool. I'll look into that.
Jawa,
And
like,
Tyler Yancey said it was 106 in Sacramento on Friday. Yeah, I was at work. I felt it. It sucked. But then it was 83 or 82 on Sunday. It's really weird weather we've been having.
Yeah.
So James says, make a Funko Pop of yourself. Oh wait, you got like 3 different ones of you.
There already is a Funko Pop of yourself.
It's funny. You can get custom Funkos made.
Yeah, that's what you say. Yeah, at the Funko store you can do it.
So I mean, God, can you imagine one of the little Funko Jawas with my cheesy grin?
Speaking of, where the?
I mean, that would be epic.
We have custom Funkos.
Got one made of me.
Is that literally a Funko?
Yeah. I had it made here at the store in Hollywood.
Ours I didn't unpack ours from our con box, but I mean ours are literally like.
Yeah, I've seen yours. I just didn't know that's what they were.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, it did hold a beer can, but it's like me, it's sober for now.
Oh, well.
James in our first year got that for my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a good guy. Too bad he's not here.
Yeah, I know, right? I think if we keep trying to summon him, he might find a way to come in.
He did say he received the look when he asked about hopping on, so I wouldn't bank on that, Phil.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
That's the Jenny said no, so he's not gonna be hopping on anytime soon.
No.
So I don't have any plans of going to SAC Anime. If I do, it might just be like a cameo appearance type thing.
Now, when for in the chat for those that are in the know, when is SAC Anime? Is that like coming up one of these weekends here pretty soon?
Standing by.
Create. Oh wait.
Standing by.
Yep.
It'll pop up. So Cam Smith says recap of the recap of a recap.
That is a long running joke on the show.
Does that mean we're running way too long?
No, recap of the recap is when we do anytime that we do brackets and everything like that, we James always wants a recap of what we've already done and said
because he wasn't paying attention.
Right.
Okay.
And so the running joke is that if you like, we need to do a recap of the recap, and anytime somebody says the word recap, that means you're summoning James.
So bad. Second in May, September 2nd through 4th.
Thank you. And Santos Lopez already said that start of September. So thank you,
Santos Lopez is in the building.
And then James, I assume, is talking about his wife and says she's not a big enough Star Wars fan. Maybe if you're a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. Yeah.
If you were a Real Housewife, Jenny would approve.
Yeah.
She probably would have hopped on the stream.
She is definitely one that my pickup line would not have worked on. Yeah.
Still looking for the first, huh?
I just made the steering wheel column on the front.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost there. I'm
you
sorry.
Say that, but there's that pile's not getting any smaller.
It is
screwing about.
It's a lot smaller, trust me.
So is Jackie still at the was she at a restaurant or a brewery?
She is at a bar with her mom, even though her mom doesn't drink.
Oh, okay.
She is
that makes sense.
Yeah, she's just hanging out with her mom because
mom time's
she
good.
She doesn't always get chances to hang out with her mom, so
very cool. And she's a lot of times she's in the chat, correct?
No, her mom, is usually in the chat.
Yeah.
So are they in Sacramento?
No, they are in Crockett right now.
Oh, I used to work down there.
Nice. Oh, so not exactly Crockett. They're over at Port Costa, but
not Tubbs.
That's a cool little town.
Yeah, so
I've always been intrigued by that town.
Dude, Port Costa, the next time you go over there, if you have a date night with your wife, go to
the steakhouse there.
Yeah, go to the steakhouse, dude. Their food is amazing.
We've made it down there a couple of times, but we usually eat directly across the river in Benicia.
Yeah.
Because the Benicia waterfront there just has some amazing food places.
Yeah, dude. Next time you go to Port Costa, or if you go to that area, go to the steakhouse at Port Costa. Everything's locally sourced.
Yeah, no, it's a cool place.
Yeah,
very cool.
We met the owner the last time we went there, which is like pre-pandemic, but last time we went to dinner there. And he was telling us that they go to the farmers market every morning, and their menu changes based on what they bought at the farmers market.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So is your soon-to-be mother-in-law from Crockett?
No. She's from El Cerrito.
Oh.
But like Jackie discovered that place and fell in love with it and loves going down there every chance she can.
What about the dead fish?
She feels the dead fish is too commercial.
What about Nantucket?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard her say anything about Nantucket.
I don't. Unfortunately, I think it closed. But boy, that place was rough. It was good food. Just don't look at the floor.
Whoops.
Yeah, no. She feels that the dead fish is a lot more commercialized than it used to be, and she doesn't like it anymore.
It's crazy. Like I said, I worked down there. I worked down there for a long time, and every time I passed by the dead fish, the parking lot was jammed, like crazy busy all the time. And Jessica said something. Is your wedding in Crockett?
Yes. Is that Jessica Rodriguez?
Yes.
My sister is in the chat.
Hi, Jess. How are you? You're getting married in Crockett?
I'm getting married in Crockett, man.
That's cool. Where at?
So Old Homestead right across the street from the CNH factory?
Yeah.
We're getting married there.
Oh, that's cool.
We're supposed to be getting married by C. Andrew Nelson.
That's what I understand. I was extremely disappointed. Thank you.
You're disappointed that C. Andrew Nelson and not you?
Yeah. But that's okay.
Oh, man.
He is ordained and I'm not. But
right. Yeah. But I mean, I heard it's not that hard to get ordained, though.
No.
So
that's cool. That's actually super cool. I'm glad he's doing it for you. Are you doing a Star Wars themed wedding?
Halfway. So like our theme is like half Star Wars, half old Hollywood, because Jackie's really into like old Hollywood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're doing like a half old Hollywood, half Star Wars thing, and it's nice what we have planned. Like everything is, the way we have it set up is it's things that that me and Jackie have bonded over and that mean things to us.
That's cool.
So yeah, so like our food, we're having tacos.
Damn right.
That's when Amy and I got married. We got married at our home, and we had a taco truck and a margarita machine.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, because like our whole thing is, me and her, we are like we've always bonded over tacos in our relationship, and like there's always been jokes about like tacos are our thing, and
Right.
a lot of those jokes bled over into the show, and that's why like we have all these taco jokes on the show and everything like that. So like we decided like what's something that the two of us bond over, and it was like, well, we bond over tacos, so let's have a taco bar. Like let's have something that we enjoy together and everybody else can enjoy with us.
Absolutely. So how many Star Wars actors have you invited to your wedding?
So far, because we've been trying to limit it to just kind of family. See, Andrew Nelson is the only one.
Oh.
And it's mainly like I mean, I'll get with Jackie about it, because I mean, if you're interested, I'm more than happy to invite you, man.
Hey, we'll have tacos and margaritas when you get back to Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm it's the only thing, the thing with Jackie right now is she also wants to limit the amount of people that are coming.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand. So when we were planning for ours, it was funny. Amy's like, we need to have tables and chairs, and I'm like, nope. she's like, why? And I'm like, because it's our home. I want people to leave.
Right.
100%.
If we make them comfortable, they're not going to leave.
They're not going to leave.
100%.
So I did break down for chairs. She was allowed to get chairs, but she wanted to get a DJ or a band, and I'm like, no. No. She said, why? And I'm like, because people will get comfortable. We want them to leave. So the coolest thing about the margarita machine is we got it from this place called the Margarita Man, and it's this machine, and he brings the mix, or they bring the mix, and then you just add the alcohol. Like it's a 5-gallon bucket, and you just pour whatever amount of tequila in there you want, and then you throw it in the machine, and it makes margarita slushies. It was phenomenal. So everybody left because they weren't comfortable, thank goodness. And I think we had like a full 5-gallon bucket of margarita mix left over.
That's a honeymoon.
So for like the next week and a half, 2 weeks, we would put the margarita mix in our ice cream machine. We were making our own slushy margaritas.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So every anniversary we have margaritas.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We we've got the tacos going. We've been trying to figure out like things to keep people busy at the wedding itself. So like we're getting like a what's it called? We're getting like a photo booth thing set up.
Oh yeah, those are fun. Where you make I like when they make little flip books, and it's still photographs, and those are always fun. We've got one of those.
Yeah, so we're getting that done. Again, we've got like the tacos. I used to be a DJ back in the day, so one of my best friends is actually DJing the wedding. Yeah, I still have my turntables in my closet right now.
Nice. Are you gonna do like build your own droid or lightsaber?
That would be cool, but I don't think we have that, like anything like that set up, at least right now.
Are you at least gonna have a lightsaber?
I'll probably have a lightsaber, like me myself.
Yeah, when they ask for a ring, someone will bring a lightsaber.
Yeah, a lot of it is Jackie compromising with the things that I want.
Oh well, I mean that's marriage.
Yeah, we actually it's like we kind of forgot about this part, but like we originally were gonna petition for the 501st and have them come out for the ceremony, and have stormtroopers doing like a military style salute.
Nothing cool,
right, and have the troopers out there, holding that, and then while we were coming down for the ceremony, so that the as we're going down to see Andrew Nelson, like we're about to go get married by Vader himself. So
yeah, that'd be cool if he was like wearing everything but the helmet.
What's funny is my mom said that when we told my mom that we were going to be getting married by Darth Vader, she thought that it was somebody in a Vader costume.
Well,
and I had to explain to her
what I thought.
That's valid, yeah, for sure.
We had to explain to her, it's like, no, it's not somebody in a Vader costume. It's the actor that played Vader. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I thought it was somebody in a Darth Vader costume. And she almost got disappointed. And I was like, wow, that just tells me where my mom's mind went, because my mom's very traditional Catholic. She's already upset that we're not getting married in a church. So for her to be excited that that she thought that we were getting married by a dude in a Vader costume, I was like, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting her to be excited about it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Make progress.
Right. Because I know all my cousins would be excited by that, because my cousins are all big Star Wars nerds too. So it's like, we actually we need to have a conversation with Drew about if he would be willing to do like an autograph thing, like if we grab a bunch of stuff.
Oh, now my feelings are hurt.
But I mean, like, the idea being like almost like an exclusive for the wedding, and it'd be like a meaningful thing for like my cousins and everything like that.
So it'd be an exclusive for the wedding?
Kind of, yeah. That would kind of be like almost like wedding favors kind of thing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So what you guys need to do is, I don't know, does C. Andrew Nelson have a costume?
I don't know if he has a costume that he wears.
So it would be cool if he was in full costume,
right?
And you and Jackie were there, and you did a photograph, and that's what got signed.
Oh yeah. Actually, that would,
like do it beforehand,
right?
So that was the wedding. What do they call those, wedding favors?
Yeah, because like we are both on the same level where we kind of just don't want wedding favors. We don't really care for wedding favors, but
either that or one of those little ping pong things with the rubber band and the ball, and it's got Darth Vader's head on it.
The paddle ball.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Now I'm thinking
Drew,
about.
Will you sign my paddle ball?
Thinking about the latest Jackass movie, the scene that has a very inappropriate paddle ball scene. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it, Philippe? The latest Jackass?
I absolutely have.
Oh boy,
those guys are a hot mess.
The paddle dicks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, he made it work. He flopped it around.
That shit was so funny, man.
I can't pay my wife to watch that with me. There's no way.
Man, it was so...
Yeah, I think I'm out on it. I just like
they admitted, they were like, yeah, this is the most penis we've ever shown in one of these movies. There's a lot of
straight quite a bit. I mean, opening scene, it's there you go.
Like, there was a lot of gratuitous, unnecessary dick in that movie.
That's very true.
I was it the original one that had the boxer in it, Bean or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Butterbean.
That's
right, Butterbean.
Yeah. This one they had basically, I think it was Ryan Dunn, had put on a cup, and they tried. They got like professional athletes to like basically try and hit him in the nuts with the cup on, with like their perspective, like sports stuff.
Baseball or
Like like base. There was like a softball, and they had a hockey player like being
oh,
with the hockey puck. It was, and it's so messed up. Like just you see him like you see Aaron McGee in so much pain, and I felt bad for him, but at the same time, like he did it to himself. I can't feel bad for him.
oh, he got paid a lot of money.
Yeah, just Aaron McGee. He is a fucking psychopath for doing that.
Good time.
Does the pile look any smaller?
Yeah,
It's a lot smaller.
I don't know. It's just like I don't see windshield.
So fun fact: it doesn't have a windshield, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay. I don't even see tires.
The tires aren't on it yet.
They're Lego tires. She has to build them.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hopefully
that. So
blocks.
we're just doing the next bag. We're not completing the car.
No, this is the last bag. That's the only reason that we're finishing it out is because this is the last bag, so this is the finishing touches.
Whoa, good golly, Miss Molly, this is gonna be the longest podcast ever.
We're almost done, man.
He said.
James says the pile looks bigger.
Famous last words. Let me see. Let me look and see how many pages I got left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Pike's Place in Seattle. That's definitely one of our spots, James. Thank you. Yeah.
I've got 6 pages left, which shouldn't take very long.
So I'm gonna look up. I don't know how close am I to Funko.
Everett.
I don't even know where Everett is.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that far from Seattle.
Maybe I'll go there tomorrow.
Maybe someone will actually give you a not flat beer.
I don't think they have beer at Funko.
I mean, it is Washington, so they may actually have beer at Funko.
Now you're convincing me to go.
That's weird. Well, it's not close.
James says it's about 30 minutes south, he thinks.
No, it's north of where I'm at.
Yeah, well, just be advised. This is coming from the guy that earlier said we're not geography experts. So,
I mean, to be fair, we're not anything experts. So
very true.
I'm way down at the bottom, and it's way at the top.
Ooh,
that's terrible.
That's a long walk for Jawa.
There, yeah. See, Facebook, I can give away my location. I don't need you. See my blue dot down there somewhere?
I dare you.
So it says, if I left right now, walking, it would take me 14 hours.
Oh, walking, yeah.
Oh, driving 47 minutes.
Yeah.
This is not too bad.
James said he's literally been able to see my hair grow throughout this build. If anything, I think James is trying to kick us off.
I think
the show is taking too long. Get the fuck out.
I think while I was distracted with the map, Philippe swept some stuff off the table there.
He's just gonna throw the wheels on. So, okay, done.
So what? That's so cool. I'm gonna have to try and go there.
See what kind of Jawa pops they have.
No, I just looked it up on maps. My wife asked, "Are you still podcasting?"
She's like, "Yeah, Philippe's taking too fucking long. That's why."
I'm like, "Yeah, what else am I gonna do?"
I texted her that I'm hungry. She said, "Okay, I guess I'll pull the dinner I made out of the fridge."
Okay.
You sure?
Shut your mouth.
The only thing missing is his cum concentrating with his tongue sticking out of the side as well.
What happened to the roof? Did you roll it?
What, this up here?
Oh no, it's just turned around.
Yeah.
Only 6 pages to go.
4.
Oh,
I
wow,
don't
you skipped
believe
2.
No,
He's not
because
counting both sides.
yeah, no, I was counting both sides.
He's skipping ahead, so he's going to put the wheels on so it looks a little bit more complete. I'm under your tricks.
That's literally what it's telling me to do.
Okay, well,
I go off of what the book tells me, okay?
now I know I'm getting his head. Look, it's right here.
It's right here.
I'm the Lego expert. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be the Lego expert. You don't get to tell me what to do.
Well, I'm glad I got dinner first.
That makes one of us. He's literally treading
Man.
the tires right now. He's putting it.
It was not the fact of going to that brewery.
Did you at least enjoy dinner?
It was interesting. So I got barbecue macaroni and cheese, they called it.
Ooh.
Barbecue macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. So it had barbecue pork. And I got to tell you, I was not a fan of the sweet in macaroni and cheese. Like, it just didn't fit real well. But I ate it. I knew it was going to be a long, drawn-out show.
Yeah, Tyler's already offered to go and help you. So
I'm almost done. Come on.
Totally in his head now. Oh, sweet. We got 2 wheels. AAA's putting the treads on the tires now.
I pulled up Funko Everett and guess the very first Funko pop that popped up.
Jawa?
No.
Vader?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's pretty rad. So I want to know about Everett. Funko Everett.
Like, why is Funko in Everett of all places?
Oh, it's open till 6. I could make it up there. Huh.
Philip, I will be right back.
All right.
And Tim, I will be right back.
Like, the only reason I'm trying to finish it is because
you're leaving me again?
Like I was saying, I don't want to do an entire episode just to do one bag.
I understand, but I'm just saying.
All right. I mean, it's looking like a car now.
I'm going to call Funko tomorrow.
Okay.
And say, hey, literally, no bullshit, I was a Jawa in Star Wars. Can I come by? Because it looks like it's only available for curbside pickup.
Oh.
That would be lame.
Yeah, that would be super lame.
Yeah. So I'll give him a call tomorrow. I'll let you know what happens. I'll play that Jawa card and see.
As you should.
They'll be like, oh, no, we're not interested. But if you're in the military, you could get in.
That would be super funny.
Oh, my God, Ray, you missed it.
Did I?
Look, he's done.
Wow.
Yeah. Show it to everybody, Philippe.
Yeah. So
you're done.
He knocked some pieces off the table, is what I'm pretty sure happened.
No, he just pushed the car closer to the camera.
Perspective. Nice.
He didn't get my hint, did he, Ray?
Wow.
I'm almost done.
No, you didn't hear me. You're done.
Yeah, I'm done, guys.
Oh, James says for me to bring my patches. Heck yeah, they go everywhere with me, buddy. By the way, James is my social media coach, and he does a very good job. I appreciate you, James.
He's everybody's social media coach. That guy is really good at social media.
I haven't blocked on social media.
Dude, don't ruin it for me. I feel like he's mine and mine only.
Not mine. He's Philippe might fight you for him. If he can find the other wheel, he'll fight you after.
Yeah, exactly.
James says he's not done. There's only 3 wheels. Is that true?
Investigating the completion of the Batmobile.
I have a question. Serious
Yes.
question about the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Does he have 2 different style rims?
It kind of seems like it, or I think that there's
Oh.
another one that goes in the like different ones that go in the back and in the front. Is kind of what it seems.
And definitely not built by car people.
He's calling you out, Philippe.
No, I
He
mean,
said-
like
he
whoever
said-
designed it. Not
Oh no,
designed.
I meant James calling because he said I just make videos for Philippe and he forgets to post them.
I don't forget to post.
Ooh.
I post them. That's super bad.
Oh, they've got kind of.
Room.
Oh, they're kind of close. I'll get. They get a pass.
Well, I think it was turned. I think it's so much bigger, probably.
So they're gonna match after I put these ones in the front here.
Okay. James says he only helps me. Yay!
And he helps me too, but I mean, we just happen to be on the same show.
Gentlemen, as much as I wanted to be able to stay on to the end, I got to wake up at 2:30 tomorrow, so I'm going to call it an evening.
Just don't ask what? Say that again, Ray.
Oh, I said I have to wake up at 2:30 tomorrow, so I'm going to call it an evening before he finishes.
Like
I'm not
2:30
going
in
to
the
get the payout.
afternoon?
Oh no, 2:30 in the morning.
All right. Well, you sleep safe, my friend.
Thank you very much. It was very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, and I wish I'd met you down at Southern California when I was there, but
That would have been great. Yeah, next time I'll make sure to introduce myself.
I was gonna say-
for sure.
Yeah, let's.
did you come by and you didn't introduce yourself?
I'm extroverted when I know people. I just otherwise just walk around.
That's all good.
But I'll definitely say hi next time. Next time we're in the same building for sure.
Sounds good.
Because he was.
Yeah, we won't be able to find each other. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, but we'll figure it out.
Because he was at Capitola with us too.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was there. That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
You didn't,
probably right
are
next to
you
you.
sure we didn't say hi?
Probably
He
not.
was, he was literally sitting right next to us the
Yeah.
entire time, dude.
Yeah. I know. I remember now. After seeing the shirt again, I remember. Yeah, I absolutely remember. I walking by.
Oh my gosh!
Ray, I'm literally finishing right now. I'm putting these two
No,
hubcaps
I'm not looking.
on.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
You got to go, dude. It's like 3 hours away. You got to get up.
You guys have a great night. All of you, everyone in the
All
chat.
right, thank
have a
you,
good
Ray.
night.
Good night.
See you guys. Bye.
And I do like that Tyler Yancey spelled it R-E-Y.
Yeah, there you go. Now the patches are gonna match. You see.
Ray for a day.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Yeah, see, look, the hubcap does match after.
Oh, James says that Ray was there on Saturday.
Okay.
I was there on Sunday. Per my schedule.
There it is. I'm done. So
Wait, hold it up. Let me see the table.
Let me just make sure here. Yep. All right. So let's close this. I'm gonna show it off now. So let's move this back a little bit. All right. Yeah. So cool things about this, right? When you drive, see the fire in the back.
Oh yeah.
So fire moves. Also the pistons. I gotta put it up right here. The pistons right there also move. I don't know if you can see that in the camera right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
On the inside right here, if you pop this open right there, you've got the seats, you've got the entire steering column right there. Now, another cool thing again, if I pop open in the front right here, where's the button at? Right here. So if I push that up, you see the little light under the engine right there.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, or not the engine, but in the front right here. So.
Oh yeah, it's the engine in the back, right?
Right. But with the back, again, if I tap this little thing right here, the whole thing lights up in the front or in the back. So there's like a little red light that goes under the engine right there.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Again, this is the Pattinson Batmobile. Very much does look like a Camaro, but with a rear-mounted V8. It's pretty badass, man. Like,
So does that? I mean, I gather that looks like the vehicle that was in the movie.
right. There's actually a picture of it in the back right here.
Okay, cool.
So let me grab it so you can see what the actual car looked like. Is that the car, or oh, that might be the Lego version of it. Yeah, that just looks like a Photoshop version of the car from Lego.
Oh, it's all good.
It's just they're making it look way more badass in the picture.
Ooh, now you could do a photo shoot with some little smoke and stuff. That'd be badass.
Mm-hmm.
I expect that.
Or that might actually be the car. Because I'm trying to look at like the lines from the Lego. No, it is the Lego one.
Winning.
Oh yeah, no, that is the actual car. Okay, so yeah, this is the actual car right here.
Because it has headlights.
Yeah.
Huh, that's cool.
So that's the car he drives when he's chasing the penguin, and the scene where the Batmobile shows up is like intimidating, man. Like a lot of people were complaining about the way that the Batmobile looked in not in trailers, but when they looked at it in the like when it leaked. Right. So when the set leaks came out and they were in London, I'm going to change this camera view. People complained about like the way that it looked, and they were like, "Oh, it doesn't look like a Batmobile" and everything like that. The scene where it shows up, it was like super intimidating, man. Like it gets like really dark because Batman disappears, and they're like, "Where the hell did he go?" And then all of a sudden, the headlights turn on, and you just hear, and the engine just roars. And it's like, holy shit. And it just drives out, and it is the most intimidating thing. Like,
well, that's cool.
Yeah, like the
even,
way
even more intimidating than that Batmobile with like the big 38-inch tires. And
yeah, I mean the tumbler's right behind us. If you didn't see that right there,
oh yeah,
right there. So because we did the tumbler a couple, actually when the Batman came out in March, I did the tumbler as a build because I didn't have this one yet, and then I ended up getting this one.
So, are you going to label this podcast when a Jawa talks about Batman?
That's a good idea. We've been calling it a comic conversation.
Oh,
our interviews, they've been being called a comic conversation.
I see.
Right, because we want to play on words and things like that. But yeah, we are way over, about an hour over. I apologize. I appreciate you staying on with me the entire time, man.
Like I said, I had nothing better.
I mean, we had a good conversation. Well, we've had good conversation the entire time. So again, I highly appreciate your time here tonight, man, and hanging out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Waiting with me, building this last little piece here. So all that being said, I didn't warn you about the dance party, man. So
no, and it's funny. I actually I had a really great idea. I just didn't have time to put it together. So I would like to be on the show again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to put my idea together. It's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully the next time, no matter where the build I'm at, I have to get a kit that is specific for a Jawa.
Yeah, and like I said, I've got the smaller sand crawler. It's not the big. What do you call those? The Lego, the big versions.
The UCS ones.
Yeah, UCS ones. It's not that one, but it's a good kit.
Yeah,
I want to put together my scene. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking around and see if I can get my hands on the UCS sandcrawler, and if I can get my hands on that, then at least
that, or that cantina, that was so cool.
The cantina is actually really cool, and it's not too hard. I mean, I could order that right now, but I mean, it's money.
Yeah, no, we'll look for one. We'll see what we can find.
Yeah, because that is on my list of kits to buy. Let me see exactly how much that one is, because then I have to go through my my money manager, aka my fiance,
Right. No, I get it.
You know, she manages my money for me. So let me see, Cantina, because that's at the top of my list. Right there, Mos Eisley Cantina. I can buy it right now. It's $3.50. So
I don't know. I didn't even see how much it was there, that downtown Disney store, but I pretty much have a rule that I don't buy anything in downtown Disney.
Yeah, I mean that Lego store is it tends to be a little more expensive because of how big it is. So
and where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, yeah. Well, that is it for us tonight. Before we jump off, Tim, what are your pluggables, man? What any appearances or your social media, all that kind of stuff? Where can people find you?
So I'm done. I'm done for the year for official appearances. It's been a lot of fun this year, and we've truly enjoyed it. It's kind of a stepping back into normal life, so we've enjoyed it. As far as my social media outlets, all three: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are Cool Jawa. You just search COOL Jawa. You'll find me. So, unfortunately, Mark Zuckerberg, you can't find me using Facebook, but that's all good.
I mean, if you're on Instagram, I mean, technically you are still using Mark Zuckerberg stuff.
Yeah, and if you're in the Seattle area, hit me up. I'm around. So, I mean, if I'll spend 3 hours of my life talking to these guys.
Exactly. Then it'll be a lot more fun hanging out with them in person.
Right. Let's go to Funko.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So. All right. And then, of course, guys, you can find us at Distance Nerding wherever anything exists. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I said YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans, wherever you can get any kind of social media. If it exists, we are there at Distance Nerding. Guys, our next con appearance, if you missed this last one in Reno, is going to be in Medford, Oregon on July 9th. For Metal Arc Comic Con. Speaking of Star Wars individuals and everything like that, we're going to be there with Alan Fernandez, C. Andrew Nelson. There's a couple of different actors that are going to be there. So, guys, if you can make it up to Medford, Oregon, by all means, we will see you there. That is it for us. It is time for the dance party, and I'm going to go out instead of on our theme. I'm going out for on a special theme. So let's do this.
Nice.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday.